He goes king g6, and and that's a blunder. Oh my goodness, look at Anish. Anish is shocked because he has seen it, Sagar.
Rook takes d6 and now f6 is hanging.
What he missed was one move made. Queen f5. This was missed.
The tournament got 10x more interesting. He takes it, takes on d6, and now you can see Richard Rapport.
Yeah.
Those expressions there that no, this is gone. King g5. The idea now is that if you take rook takes f6, there is queen e1 check, queen f2, back here, takes, fg4, hg4 and rook g4, and suddenly the knight is attacked and also the rook. And while this might still be winning in some way because white has 3 pawns versus 1, it requires a huge feat. So that's the reason why king g5 is a great practical attempt by Richard Rapport. Ruk jana nahi, rook d5 attacks the queen and the pawn. Anish Giri again finds the best move. Anish Giri hasn't won the Tata Steel ever in his life, and this might be the time when he will do it. So now king g2 forced, right? You don't want to play king h2, allow bishop e5 check. So he goes king g2, good move. Oh, he goes bishop e7, Amrita. g6, and once again you have to be... Oh, he takes with the rook. He takes with the rook. If you go to h4, then it's anyway lost. So I think Richard knight g3. Oh, he goes king h4.
What?
If Nodirbek loses to Jorden, we don't even have tie break. Anish becomes outright champion. Oh, and look at Anish's cool and calm move. And he wins. Anish Giri beats Richard Rapport. Queen g3, look at Anish Giri. Huge victory. Oh, he resigns. He resigns there.
Yes.
This means Anish Giri is the champion of Tata Steel Masters 2023. Guys, join me in welcoming the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Anish Giri.
Thank you, Sagar. Thank you very much.
Anish, huge congratulations for this amazing feat. And before we get going, I want to ask you one question. Which one looks better? This one or this one?
No, I like the suit. Even when I don't wear a suit, I wear a hoodie. I never go for that, for this. The chess is not such dangerous activity that you need this to hide in the woods,
Well, Anish, okay, we'll keep the suit one for this stream, but we are so excited and elated that you have won this amazing event. In fact, the thumbnail puts it very aptly that, you have made so many tournaments. You attempted it so many times, and you were even second on 5 occasions. But the bullseye was in 2023. How does this make you feel?
Yeah, no, thumbnail is very good. Always, as a YouTuber, for me, I appreciate a creative thumbnail. I think the thought behind it was really, really nice, very, very original. I guess Chess-Based India original. It was, yeah. Your idea, I guess. Very creative.
Also, there's the death element there, so.
Oh, it has to be. There has to be. Where there's chess-based, there has to be some death element, for sure. No, it was really nice. I also liked the video. couldn't hear it, but I looked really cool. Also, I liked that the viewership number. It was like a rating of an Indian prodigy. It started off 1800, and in no time it reached 2700. It was very nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was like when you started winning, there were so many people who joined in, and so many people were happy, like really from the bottom of their heart. But when they saw your final interview, they were like, what's up with Anish? Like, he doesn't look happy with this victory. You were so calm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, it's difficult to somehow, I don't know, express, or maybe even to feel emotion about this, because I always tell you that I don't care so much, and I don't only care so much about not winning. It also works the other way, unfortunately. Because if
is it true?
yeah.
Like what you are showing this thing, or is it like you said that and then later on it sunk in and you were like, oh my god, this is like I won this tournament, or was it like what you showed was what you felt?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I wish I could show something better, but I didn't have the, I didn't have, anything prepared for this. It was so unexpected also that I would win at that point. Like, of course, the whole tournament I was playing very well. When I beat Magnus, of course, I thought, okay, this could be it. Yeah, because I've had great game with Gukesh, great game with Magnus. Of course, I thought that like things are looking really, really good. But I knew it was going to be hard because I knew that 2 wins is not even close to be enough. I would need to win at least a couple of more games, and where they would come from was not clear. And then, of course, I missed some chances against Arjun, and it happens to me often and to all players that you miss chances. So that doesn't feel good. And then at some point, even though I got lucky against Ding, I had this crucial game with Nodirbek, with White. And I was kind of, not only that I didn't win, I didn't get so close, I have to say, that game. He opening didn't go well at all, and he neutralized me completely. And I got some chance at some point, but then right away he found the defense. The only moment he was about to drift, he just found the defense, and nothing happened in that game. And then after that, I thought, well, the chances are not so high. There are 2 rounds to go. I already played him. I have half point less. If anything, it's going to be tiebreak. I couldn't see this happen, so I was not so ready for it either, I think. Otherwise, I would have been more prepared. I would have prepared some kind of jump or something, like some celebration dance, whatever. But I didn't prepare anything. I was not ready.
But you are ready now. It's been 12 hours.
Sorry, Sagar, I've been very busy. I was sleeping. I had to bring my son to school and so on. It was a very busy morning. I'm not prepared still.
Guys, this is a perfect example of family man. Wins Tata Steel Chess. Next day has to go to drop his son to school. But Anish, phenomenal. There are some very nice pictures from the closing ceremony, and we'll go to it in a bit. But first, this one question which I think a lot of people have been talking about, and how it was revealed on the chicken chess podcast that Jan Gustafsson is working with you as your new second. How impactful was that, and how much would you credit that to your tournament victory?
Yeah, well, it was known somewhere around Wijk Aan Zee because I took him there a second, and we were not hiding, like in this old fairy tales, of Romeo and Juliet, that they're hiding. We weren't hiding our our work. So people, my opponents knew there already that he's my trainer. But at some point, it was indeed revealed on this podcast, I guess, kind of officially or something like this. I don't know. I mean, it could have been reported by anyone, but it happened this way. It's for already many years, because my main coach, Erwin Lamy, who you know very well, he always, usually, in most of the years, he participates in the Tata Steel tournament himself, the challengers.
Right.
And so he cannot combine playing himself and being my coach. So I've always had various different seconds for Tata Steel tournament, but for this year, I thought it was a good time to try out working with Jan. I always wanted to. I mean, I work with a lot of young players, a lot of new people. They give me a fresh look at things. But when you have a second, I usually prefer someone who is experienced, who knows the level of preparation that goes into these events.
Right.
And when I was choosing for a long-term second, other than Erwin, there was very limited list of people, because I'm too old to take someone inexperienced and wait till he gains experience. I have to strike now, here and now. So I was looking at people who have worked at the highest level before and have a lot of experience. And the choice is rather limited, in fact. And luckily, Jan was one of the people that came to my mind. We've always had good relations with him, and I was able to do it because Carlsen announced that he stops for championship titles, because Jan has been involved in the matches. He was not, as far as I know, he was not like a full-time coach or anything of Magnus, but he was involved for the matches. And I thought, okay, if to check with him what is the situation, after if the matches are not anymore happening, what is his situation in that sense. And it's been already over a year from the match, I think, as well. and he hasn't he wasn't going to work anymore with with Carlsen, and he's also worked in the past with Jan Smeets, Van Velde. He's been to Wijk Aan Zee even a few times,
Right.
so he's a very experienced, he's one of the most experienced tech trainers and seconds. And there are some other great trainers that come to my mind that have experience. So for example, I worked with Vladimir Chuchilov, also people that worked for Carlsen and Anand in the matches, so great coaches like Kasim Janov, Wojtaszek, there's a lot of people, Ganguly, Sureshahar Ganguly, many people that I think these seconds that have gone through these World Championship matches, or at least the candidates, some seconds, they possess the knowledge, they know the depth to which extent players need to be prepared. That's very important, because when you don't know, when I was a kid, I thought I was very well. For example, Vishy Anand invited me to his camp. I tell the story often. Invited me to his camp, for the World Championship match. And I thought I was working very hard. I was 15. I was working really hard. I don't know what Vishy was doing, but I was working really hard. So with my coach, I had a good laptop I bought, like dual core, quad core. I don't know what I bought. A good laptop. I came very hard, working very hard. I knew everything. So I came. He asked me Grünfeld. Okay, Grünfeld is my specialty. Yeah, Bishop E3 Grünfeld is my thing. So I was ready to surprise Vishy. So I play. One my novelty. Vishy is thinking there, make some move. Then I think, okay, I don't know what. I lose the game. I input in my computer. I see computer goes from better for white, changes to minus, better for black. I think, okay, wow. Then I try another idea I have, same thing happens. Another idea I have, same thing happens. There's nothing that I played, it doesn't know. Everything is broken in the half a day that we played, 5 games, all my Bishop E3 Grünfeld, everything was destroyed. I realized that maybe I'm not so well prepared, maybe not so hardworking, yeah? And so like this, you learn, you often think that you are well prepared because you only know yourself. And that is the case with many young seconds as well. They think they know, they're very good, they're very well prepared, they're it's going to send you files, and they send you files, and and okay, you see the files. I mean, you see that they tried, but it's only a start, it's only the beginning. And player and people like Jan Gustafsson, they know exactly what the top chess preparation is like, and I that's why I think it's important to work with people like that for me. But of course, again, as I said, I also work with a lot of young players, and that gives you a lot of different perspective. Right. That's also it's actually also very important because it inspires you. Because often when you are with this stuck in your top chess bubble, it's all deep analysis, all to move 40, everything ends in some draw everywhere all the time. You get completely crazy. You think it's all over, and then comes a young kid who says, okay, I'm going to crash with this move, and you play some blitz game and you lose, and you realize that okay, you are too deep in your bubble, and sometimes you have to dive up, from the depth of the analysis ocean, and just go on the surface and see that you cannot play chess and blunder rook into moves. So it's useful.
But it's such a wonderful start, right, to your relationship with him, and I think that would definitely build up, because this is a very important year for you. You're going to play so many. In fact, there is a WR Chess Masters coming up in 15 days. Then you also have the candidate cycle, which you will enter into, and so
yes. To be honest, you could see it as let's say, I don't know, I will guess, let's say 70 classical games. I just give an approximation, 70 classical games, and I played the first 13. Is how it is. So I was, whether I lose the last round or win last round or anything like that, I still saw it this way. So it's very nice, of course, but there's way more than half. I mean, most of it is still to be played. And of course, the start was really good, but I have to say, of course, here and there, I was given, there was some blessing from above, and it doesn't last forever, the luck. So I hope to compensate with the work, and to at least, it was not possible to stay on this height. I'm not going to win all the tournaments. I haven't turned into Magnus Carlsen overnight. There's no reason for that to have happened. He's still, he's the best player in the world and all this, and I've had a good event, but at least what I want is to show consistent high level. And okay, maybe I'll have a bad tournament somewhere at some point, but I want to still have a few good ones as well. And I don't expect to win everything, but nor would I be satisfied with having won this one and then let the whole year go to hell. That's not the point. I really intend to, as I planned before the start of the tournament, to try to elevate my game and achieve certain goals this year.
Anish, where does this objectivity come from? Because generally after winning a tournament, you feel like the wind is blowing, but you are like still so balanced.
Yeah, I think it comes from experience. So I've had a lot of this. I think, especially in my case, I've had a lot of good and bad results, and that in all kinds of orders. So that keeps me grounded. I remember my huge result was Reggio Emilia 2011-12. Like people forget really. They all make jokes that I never won super tournament, this that, but the kind of articles that were written that time, they don't remember. I remember because I was reading them. Like they were writing, this is the youngest player to ever win a super tournament, only matched by Karpov. Some year Karpov won once, 2017. Like it was historic thing. Like on
would it be like if Nodirbek won this event right now? Something like that.
I was younger. No, I was 17. No, I was 17.
Correct.
It was really a historic event. I was just 17. So you realize I'm younger than Nodirbek. I'm like Gukesh plus, Gukesh 16. So, and I'm not from India, by the way, from where everybody expects to have to be a prodigy. I was not from India. So the kinds of articles that were written, like it was really looking like I'm like the future, and the future is now, So I was really thinking that, okay, I'm going to crush everyone, everything. Nothing will stop me. Nothing can stop me. So I had a good time for 2 weeks. I went to Wijk Aan Zee. First round, I beat Gelfand with black, as expected. Of course. Who was going to play World Championship match, by the way. Just for the record. So you realize I'm 17. I beat Gelfand also. Wow. And I really think, okay, this is really it. I mean, then I lose one game somewhere. Of course, next day I bounce back because that's what champions are made of. And then I lose one game. Okay, it happens. I lose another one. Okay, that happens. Now I lose another one. I think, okay, you cannot lose more than 3 in a row. I lose another one. Then I think, okay, let's make a draw. I try. No, I lose another one. So this is already 5 in a row. And then these are the things that later keep you grounded. So that you should not give a super interview to Sagar Shah because you have tournament in 2 weeks coming. And you play a lot of top players. And there are more than 5 games. And you can lose them. So no, it's not so easy, Sagar, the life. Not so easy.
Yeah, it's not at all easy. And I think it's built, what you said, it's built up through past experiences. And of course, you were not like this, and not many people are aware of this, because when you were at the this prodigy status when you were 16 or 17, not many of, even I was not following chess so closely back then. I was a player, so
they really think that I was probably making all draws all the time, and then at some point I started winning some things, and this is my life story. It's really not like that. I was the bigger than all of these boys, than all of these Gukeshes and Abdusattorovs. Well, I had my moments. At one point I was higher than all of them, but it's not easy. You have setbacks, and the other top players teach you lessons. You acquire nemesis that you can't overcome. I was doing fine with Carlsen, but I couldn't. I was losing all the games to Kramnik and Aronian. At some point, I've had years where I would lose 4 games a year. I would not lose any other game, only 2 to Kramnik, 2 to Aronian. 2 to Kramnik. Oh. That was for a few years. If not Kramnik and Aronian, if you take them out of equation, I would have 100 games non-losing streaks. Wow. They were the only people but they would beat me all the time. And these things, they happen, you get some difficult. And also as a kid, it's harder for you to deal with psychology. You could see also now in prodigies, you see in certain matches of people playing Magnus, you see that, okay, it's hard to overcome. It's a thing, because as a youngster, it's harder for you to deal with, with these things that involve psychology. So, it was, I had a lot of experiences, let me put it this way. But now in Wijk Aan Zee was definitely a very good one.
Yes, and would you rate this as bigger, or the Reggio Emilia as a bigger?
Well, in hindsight, the Reggio Emilia didn't really turn out to be what it was looking like to be. I mean, if I had crushed everything since then and become world champion at the age of 19 or whatever, that would have been my breakthrough. But in hindsight, so after Reggio Emilia, I had the bad Wijk, I had bad European Championship, I dropped out of 2700. I needed a few more months to get out of that, stabilize at 27 something, and then slowly grew. And I've had a lot of good Wijk Aan Zee tournaments, a lot of them. They've helped me at various points in my career. At one point, I dropped out of top 10. Very tough period. In Bilbao, I had a bad tournament. I lost to Carlsen for the first time ever in Bilbao, and I lost a couple more. And I think after that, few bad events happened, and I started working with my trainer at the time, and I didn't know how to resolve that. And my rating slowly was going down to, and I dropped out of top 10. And then I resumed working with Chuchilov, my good old coach, who I worked with a lot in the past. We had two instances that we worked so for many years once, then we quit, and then again for a stretch of 1.5 years or something like this. And so we resumed working with him, and I had a fantastic comeback in Wijk Aan Zee, where I shared first with Carlsen, lost on tiebreak, and that +5 the +5 is big, more than now. No, I won 4 now. That time I won 5. Maybe that time the average rating was lower. Probably it must have been. And there were the lower rate players. They were not like these prodigies. Yeah, they were like established sub-top players, let's say. But still, it was a great result, and I got me back into top 10 as well. So I've had many different good results in Wijk. But of course, I guess in terms of like status of the tournament that I won, I think Reggio Emilia had a lower status somewhat. It's also because the tradition had to end, because at some point they had a very unfortunate earthquake there, and it was no longer possible to host a tournament, and that's why it stopped. Otherwise, it would keep going every year. It would still be a tournament, like Norway Chess, Reggio Emilia, Wijk Aan Zee, but somehow it stopped, so people forgot it existed. But it was a top tournament, of course. But yeah, Wijk Aan Zee, I have many good ones, and this one also, of course, it's the longest. Carlsen was playing here, wasn't playing in Reggio Emilia. It was that time Morozevich, Ivanchuk, like they were very good at the time. Hikaru, Fabi actually played, but they were not as good as now. So actually, Fabi and me were like young, and Morozevich, Ivanchuk were probably the top guys. Yeah, they were fighting. Morozevich also was fighting for the first place at some point. But yeah, now with Carlsen playing and so many rounds, of course, this is the end of such a famous tournament, probably oldest top tournament out there, right? It's 85th edition now. For sure, no, very, 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 very big one.
And also, like, this is the first time, I think, which is not an online event you won, where Magnus is also playing and you also beat him. So that makes it special.
Yeah, in this Magnus Invitational, which was a big online tournament, it was the same in a sense that I beat him as well at the start, if you remember, in the qualification phase. Right. And then I won final against Nepo. There's also quite some luck there as well. But I always say that, I'm not good enough to win without having some luck. So, but if I have some luck, I think I was always saying it, and I'm glad that it worked out.
Well, you are the only one who says it, while everyone knows it deep within that you always need some luck to win. But you said,
but I'm not ashamed of it. Yeah. I'm not ashamed of it.
Kunal Thakur sends a super chat, says Anish Giri #1 Indian GM adopted. Okay. Well, Anish, there are some very nice, this is a very beautiful picture that was captured yesterday. This is Danny entering, I think, the commentary room or the press room there.
Yes.
And you have a very nice expression. What did he tell you? Did he understand that you won the tournament?
Yeah, he started now to really follow lately, because he's 6, so it's around this age they become really very conscious of what's going on. And he is fascinated by this standing. And there is this app, Chess24 app, I think, where you can click on players, see who they played, see the results. So he's now looking, who is which rank
and everything.
Yeah, of course. He can see how many points, how many wins, how many losses. At some point, he was like, "Wow, Papa, you didn't lose any game. Wow, so cool." And yesterday also in the car, he was telling us like, and the second is this guy, third is this, and so he was like, well, "How does he know all this?" Yeah, so like, so he was kind of now already, consciously watching, and he finds it fun, of course, all this stuff. It's it's great to see.
Amazing. And we had this very nice picture. I mean, there are many more on Instagram, but this was captured by Lennart. Did your family, Sopiko, Michael and Danny, arrive when they got to know you are first, or they were anyway going to come?
Yeah, so they were anyway going to come, like already, just Danny, especially because Danny wanted to see the tournament, because he already knew something, started to follow. So he wanted to see the tournament, how people play, and it's very near, honestly. And so weekend is possible, because he doesn't have school, so it's possible to come. So they were going to come anyway, but when they came, I won my game, and then we had to wait a little more for Jorden to do his job, and then they knew that I won. Also, my parents and sisters also came later on. So it was very nice.
It was a nice family thing there. Could you tell us a bit about Sopiko's role in general, because this is such a I find this to be a milestone in your chess journey, winning this tournament. So just what would you say about it?
Yeah, of course, she supports me greatly, and especially when you have a family. So there's like two ways of supporting, I guess. One way, one way to support is, let's say you are alone, yeah, like you're just dating, or you're married but you don't have family, and so wife can offer you support as like almost like a coach, right? That you have, let's say, I don't know, you lost a bad game, and then or you whatever is going on in your chess career, let's say you can talk about it with your wife, or she can support you and all that. And another way is also to support, of course, which is even harder, is that, let's say, when you have like a family, and then you have a lot of things that you have to do, right? Obligations, like you have to take care of the kids and house and all of this. And if you would have to do it by yourself, or if you would have only half of the help from your wife, then you would have to then, besides that you have these chess things that you are, you also have to do all the other things, yeah, like you have to do laundry and go to supermarket, groceries, and all of these different, but also large, also like it's a mental thing as well. Like it's very important that that things are peaceful, right? And that everything is taken care of. It's not only literally that you have to go to supermarket, but just the thought, or that some things are, or okay, supermarket is like a joke, but of course there can be like more serious things. Yeah,
right, of course.
So yeah, it's really great that she's taken so much of the family and house things, because otherwise it would be very difficult, because besides you have to worry about already Nodirbek and Queen's Gambit accepted, and now also you have to, you have some if you have also at home something, or family or children that are also crying, because they want some toy, then it's too much.
There's a limit to what can be done, but
yeah, there are people who do that all, but then Nodirbek and Queen's Gambit accepted will be even worse. So yes, definitely she's offering great support in all senses, and yeah, it's incredible, of course. And you have to really be fortunate sometimes in married life, especially with family, that you have there are so many things that have to be done, and you have to somehow find a way that the two of you manage the whole crazy house, right?
Beautiful. Yeah, amazing. That's just tremendous. By the way, Agastya Srinivasan says, hearty congratulations, Anish. Hope you become world champion. And Moon's Earth says, ask Anish, how does he look so fresh always? Like, I've never seen him look dull or messy. Also, very, very congratulations to him. Big fan of his play. And this is something which I was also discussing with Amruta on live stream when you were playing. Everyone gets messy after a while, but looking at after 6 hours of play on one day, you were impeccable hairstyle.
No, good hair gel, I think, is doing the magic. This 48-hour protection, whatever they say, yeah, about this good hair. No, I mean, messy is just a matter of hair, yeah. You make it a bit messy already like this, and you already look like you should go to bed, yeah.
It doesn't happen to you, yeah.
Now it happened. You see, it should happen now. But it's fixed. It's fixed. It's good hair gel. It puts back in place, and everything's good. Otherwise, suddenly I look like Carlsen suddenly.
Not Mama Earth, guys.
Yeah. No, it's just a matter of It's a matter of you look unfresh, then you go to mirror and you put your hair neat, and you already look like professional chess player.
Amazing. And Anish, what was this moment like? It's such a nice picture that was captured.
Yeah, it's amazing. The photographers sometimes capture things that don't really exist. Like, I recall the moment he congratulated me. He didn't look that happy, but here it seems very, very genuine and happy. honestly, like I recall, that moment, but I mean, he was very kind of Magnus to congratulate me. It didn't feel like he was happy for me at all. But I think I told him that it wouldn't have happened without you. Probably that's why I smiled. And maybe that made him smile for a second before he thought that was a stupid joke as well.
Why did you say that? Because you beat him. Okay, got it.
Yeah, but also like, I mean, like you have to say something, yeah, like when you see a big hero in front of you, you just but you can't just say I want autograph, yeah. You have to say something. So yeah, no, but it's really like it's a beautiful picture. I think it's a more beautiful picture than how the reality was, but maybe he really was. Maybe I just couldn't believe my eyes. I don't know.
You know, there was this one picture of Vishy Anand in Moscow Candidates 2016 where Karyakin had won, and then Anand was just like kind of giving his hand. It was like passing off, sort of. Now Karyakin will go and play the World Championship. Similar vibes, you know, here where Magnus won last year.
Sure. That's why I really like the picture. It's very beautiful, and it's also especially that I managed to win the tournament. Also, to be very honest, like low key, like don't tell anyone, but I really like the idea that he was at the podium as well. Like I really like that idea, because I was after World Blitz, I felt such a pity that that last game of Fabiano against Hike, that Fabiano lost it, because if he had not lost, he was winning. I would be so lucky to even finish third. And then I would stand at the podium with Hikaru and Magnus and me in a blitz, you know, like these are like the two absolute blitz gods. And I would be there in the same podium. I wanted that picture. You know, I thought that would have been a nice picture. So I really like that he managed to get to the podium in this event, even though at the start he clearly things didn't work out his way. It was really not, he was very unfortunate at the start. I don't even think he played so bad, but just things didn't work out for him. And I was happy that he managed to climb back all the way. And now it looks like I edged him out by half a point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it doesn't tell the full story, but it's very nice too.
And also another nice picture captured here is with you and Jorden. And the nice thing about this is that in 2021, while Jorden made you sort of, beat you and you had to finish second and he won in the Armageddon, this time he actually helped you by beating Nodirbek. So it was like, life comes full circle.
Yes. No, these people who believe in karma, they keep believing. Yeah. No, but it was definitely very nice. Yes. I mean, very kind of symbolic in a way, for of course, but it's not accidental. He's a great player, and he managed to beat me there, and he managed to beat Nodirbek here. So there is, it's not just a coincidence. There's definitely something to that.
Right, absolutely. And Anish, how much does this mean? Like from 2764 to 2780. And you have told this in the past that you have reached 2790 and above, right? I think 2798.
Yes. 2803, yes.
2803 in the live rating, yes.
So 28003. Maybe even 03 point something or 04. Yeah, I think it's there somewhere there. No, it's funny. Yes, like I think I was in live rating 2803, and in on the list maybe 1998 or something. Yeah,
yes.
But I make this joke. Okay, honestly, 2780 is not like, it's like there was this famous tweet by Hans. I made fun of it a long time ago, before all this Hans situation. Like he had this screenshot like 2689 or something, and then he's like, made a big speech, and I was like, okay, 2680, like 89, like why like such a number? So 2779 is the same, like, so not a very round number. But I was making this joke that because I am 6 points away from Alireza, that if I reach this rating, I'll start asking for very different conditions in my tournaments. I was just 6 points away. But yeah, for sure. As I said, like also there is inflation, deflation. It's and new players come, so that creates a deflation at the top. As far as I know, I didn't think about this deeply, but I believe if a young player enters, he should be eating rating of others from the top. He takes it, of course, first from down, and he brings it to the top. But I think, obviously, if 2730 Nodirbek starts playing only top players, and he goes to 2780, obviously he ate rating of other top players, so there will be deflation of other people compared to Nodirbek. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what the 780, 2800, all these mean, other than nice numbers. But of course, yeah, ranking relative to other players, and looks like a fine rating right now. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm, if right now, let's say my level is number 4. Let's okay, Wijk Aan Zee, of course, I played some games which are really good, but in general, over the course of 100 games, I don't know how I will perform, if I'll be able to, show level 5th, fifth on the world level, or maybe higher, maybe lower. Hopefully not too much lower in any case. hopefully higher. But yeah, it's hard for me to tell. We only played one tournament, and things don't always work out. And for example, Arjun is not always out of form, as we know. So we'll see. But of course, this good tournament, always nice to see, especially nice to see these big gains at the top, because hard, at this rating to gain more than 10 points, something exceptional has to happen, because it's very incremental. One win is rare, it's 5 points, another win is 10 points, then you lose sometimes. It's just difficult.
Absolutely. And Anish, about Nodirbek, I think he played amazing chess here. He was right there at the top. He's one of these brightest young talents, and this tournament had many. There was Vincent, there was Prag, Gukesh, Arjun. I think 5 of them mainly.
Yeah. I think Parham is a little older, so we don't count him from that generation.
What would you say? Was this like Nodirbek is starting to move to a different level? Like, this is the question on minds of people. Or do you think that all these young prodigies, youngsters are kind of even, and one guy has a good tournament now, then the other guy has a good tournament then?
Yeah, it's hard to say. That's a very, very, very good question. It's very hard to say, honestly. Before the tournament, I wouldn't have guessed which one. Okay, in general, as for Nodirbek, I know him for a very long time. I've lost to him in the World Cup before everybody, like big audience, heard of him. And I knew that I didn't lose to a newbie. I realized that it's a good player. Then I played him in various blitz games, rapid games. Sometimes I won, sometimes I lost. I played him also in the qualifier to the Fisher World Championship. I lost that very close match on tiebreak as well. This was the World Cup. And so at some point also I saw I was very motivated in around some October or something like this, and I was preparing for 2 big events, Fisher Knockout and CGC. So both were big, because if you get to final, the prize fund was very big, and it was big events. And I thought, okay, I'm close to qualifying both. I hope I'll manage at least one of the 2, but I was very motivated. So I prepared very well for these 2, and had my focus there. And I saw in the pairing tree that the final hurdle will be Nodirbek in both. And I thought, imagine he knocks me out of World Cup, then he knocks me out of Fisher Random, then he knocks me out of this CGC Global Championship. So I thought, like, imagine there's one guy who stops you in all of them, blocks you everywhere. And indeed, I started winning all the other stages, and I was going to that. So Fisher Random happened. He was there in the final. I lost him. And then, luckily, though, for me, in the CGC, he lost himself to Pankratov. So I had to play Pankratov. Like, I won against Raunak, and I had to play Pankratov instead of Nodirbek. So I managed to beat Pankratov, and I got to CGC. But I knew that he's good, and now he's not only my problem, because he was like my problem. Now he's everybody's problem. And that feels better. Now I feel more comfortable playing him, because it felt like I am underperforming, when he beats me. It's still the case, but like when someone is so low rated and nobody takes him seriously, you think maybe it's you who is wrong. Yeah, maybe you have maybe I have some psychological issues, and maybe I'm afraid of this guy, Nodirbek. I didn't think so, but I thought he's just very good. I thought like he's a player who is very, very good, and things worked out a bit better for him than for me, but it's just he's very good. And I mean, it looks stupid if I tell everyone he's good after I lost to him, so I was just quietly waiting till he beat someone else as well. And now, I saw, yes, he's very good. But the same about others, though. So honestly, if Arjun was at his place, I think no one would have been surprised at all, including the players, the viewers, Arjun himself. I think a lot of it is momentum too, especially in Wijk Aan Zee. Wijk Aan Zee is a special place with momentum. It's a very special tournament. It's like a reality show. I was making this joke with my second. It's like a reality show where they make the conditions such, they make it, let's do something, let's make it as long as possible. Both the game, let's make the game as long as possible. Let's make the number of games as long as possible. Let's make the place as windy as possible. Let's give them as little as possible food, restaurants. Lock them in the room. Put as much pressure as possible. call it the Wimbledon of chess to add the pressure. Like, so it's like a reality show to, and it is meant to break people. You know, it's like the torture room, in a sense. Of course, as well, it's the biggest stage there is for a great result. But if things don't go your way, you see it's the biggest torture of your lifetime. And you see these interviews of people who are there for the first time. And this year again, I saw one player from the challengers, and they are all broken in the exact same way. You know, I see that I'm there for 14 years, and the place breaks some people. It's just crazy. And yeah, it's just hard. It's so much momentum. People go play very good or very bad. Then there are also these sequences. At some point, Parham started solid. Then at some point, Parham had a bad stretch. Then he recovered. Tournament so long. Sometimes there are various there are periods that you play well. The few rounds you play bad. Then you can again play well. Then you play bad. So like it's so long. I even made this a joke with Amin Tabatabai, who was playing challengers. He started quite badly, and I don't know, maybe to change a little bit the vibe. To get out of this experiment, you know, of this room, he decided to shave his head.
Oh, really?
So he came with a new haircut, which is the absence of haircut. So he was like bald. Yeah, it's called. He was bald. But by the last round, I saw him and I said, you know, tournament is so long, your hair grew back. His hair grew back. This is how long the tournament is. The guy shaves during the tournament, and then at some point the hair grows back. It's a very long tournament.
Maybe he was in the room and he said, let me go out. Oh, but it's too windy. Let me eat some food. Okay, but I've gone to each restaurant. What should I do? Okay, let me shave.
Yeah, no, of course. No, I try to change something probably. Yeah, no, but it's a very long special tournament, and yes, things happen of nature that some people are on a roll. Like I've had multiple tournaments that I'm on a roll, and I've had 5 losses in a row as well, as I told you. So, and that's what Arjun also had, not in a row, but he had 5 losses, I believe, and it happens. There is no. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just sometimes it happens. And whether Nodirbek will now, well, probably he will break into something top 20 for sure. 10.
He's
probably,
top 18, right? He's in, I think, world number 18 right now.
Yeah. I mean, okay. But as you know, it's, by the way, people can also go down. Yeah, it's even prodigies. I was a prodigy. I told you, and then I dropped out of 2700. It happens. There's no promise that you stay right away. Sometimes you enter, you come back out, and then you go back in, but now with new knowledge. So probably he will do very well now, but sooner or later, probably most other kids as well. I always, when I compare these kids, my personal favorite is always Gukesh because of the age. He's younger, 16, and these 2 years is like me at 16, me at 18, 2 different players. So I think if I had to bet, I always would bet on Gukesh because he is the younger one.
Amazing.
And he also showed a lot of great qualities, even in this tournament. But yeah, I expect all of them to do very well, of course, in the future.
By the way, that's you when you were 17. Looking, and this was when you beat Magnus on the same day, by the way, 17th of January. And I think we are going to name that as Anish Giri Day because you beat him in 2011 and you beat him on 2023. And both of these days were 17th. And also, it was Tuesday, both days.
I don't think so, though. I think, no, I don't think both Tuesdays?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Wow. Would have played Tile Tuesday, but instead... No, but it's really remarkable. It's true. It makes you think of this astrology stuff, yeah? Because usually there is this, like, they tell sometimes, yeah? Like the Saturn is crossing the Venus or something like this, and this is your moment to strike. So some astrological stuff is going on there. Definitely some miracles have to happen. Some stars have to cross each other's path for this to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And going to this, Anish, like, I think Queen C2, what you played, and this entire opening that you played with Magnus Carlsen was, I guess, the key element of winning this game, right? Because you took a lot of risk somehow playing this, as you said, this pawn sacrifice, and then later on.
Yeah, here I surprised him. I surprised him here. It's very important. I think I surprised him here. I'm not sure, of course, but I think that he. Of course, he's very smart about his opening choices and he thinks very smart about openings.
Yes.
And it gives him the opportunity to not prepare as hard. Because like famously, like smart people can be more lazy, right? You can, like, if you, instead of like, going 10 times back and forth to pick up water, you can think of some smart trick, to go in a certain way that you have to go only once, like, so like when you're smart, you can do less work. I have a feeling he's like this. He's trying to be smart and trying to predict me. He knows me very well. But I have at multiple occasions here not followed my instinct and went against what I would usually do. And that's surprising, because so what he would expect me to do is queen a4, I think.
Yes.
Because that one is a very clean attempt. The line goes knight f6 there, knight h4.
G6, right?
No, g6 is bad. That's bishop g6, bishop h6. This is bad move. But castle is the solution. Knight f5, d5, knight c3, I think. Yes, and now I think knight d4 is the cleanest solution. And then you take on d4, cd, and this is going to be a forced draw. As you can already see, there is zero risk for it. I can take with queen, I think, bishop c5, come back like. And the black has to make a few more accurate moves and it's draw.
Right.
So this is what I would normally do, because I know all the different sidelines, and I would just be surprised by the opening choice, go here and make draw. But for various of reasons, some of which are not only that I didn't want, it's not that I didn't even want to draw, but there were various of reasons that somehow made me choose queen f5.
It's like the inspired decision, right? This happened to you, I think, even in the last round with Rapport. Like you went g4.
Yeah, but with Rapport, it was not inspired. It was very calculated. Here, it was a little irrational. But it was not entirely irrational. Like, I'm not going to give away why I didn't play queen a4, but there was more to it than just not wanting to make a draw. So I went queen f5, knight f6, e4. And this is also actually quite safe for white. Black usually goes g6, queen f4, castle, e5, knight h5, and then you can go with the queen to different squares. So it's an interesting position. Black is upper pawn, but white has a much nicer position. Yeah, knight c3, bishop h6 comes, and black has to be accurate here still.
Correct.
So somehow he was not expecting this, and then he played d6, e5, queen d7, and I didn't remember. I remembered it suddenly. I remembered that. I've seen the position with pawn on g6, the endgame. I've seen it in my prep for this guy in 2008 when I scored my second GM norm in Groningen Open.
Yes.
So last round I need to make a draw, but my opponent also needs a draw to win. But I need to make a draw for the norm, so I cannot leave it up to chance. And he played only Queen's Indian, so I prepared this line. And I remember this endgame. Here you have to play a little bit. Yeah, you cannot force a draw. So I was looking at it in quite some detail, but I realized that now, first of all, of course I don't remember. It was more than 12 years ago. It was before, even it's like what, 15 years ago. Insane, yeah. Gukesh was 1 year old at the time. Can you realize? Guki just started to walk.
Crawl, yeah.
No, walk. It was probably, yeah, but still falling sometimes. Imagine little Guki's going, get up, you have to be champion. Back, and so little Guki was walking. I was analyzing this. And the engine, of course, evaluating this pawn on d6, it's such a complex position. Even now, it's struggling. It changes evaluation. I was thinking, how would this horrible Houdini 1.5a or whatever it is, how would it evaluate this position? And I was thinking, like, it could be even worse for white for all I know. Yeah, I don't remember anything. And I started calculating queen c2 back also.
That's one of the main moves, yes.
Calculated very far, but okay, I don't know what it is, like very unclear. I don't even know if it's a move. I remember for sure queen e7 is a move. That's the main move. I remembered. But okay, queen e2, the line is very fun. Queen c2, knight b4, queen e2, bishop a6, queen e1, forced line, knight c2, queen d2, knight a1, ef, bishop f6, rook e1 check probably, bishop e7, knight c3, probably long castle. And I was looking at this, I was thinking, what is this? Looks actually cool for white, but okay, how do I know? I know that ED is a move. This I don't know. Maybe it's not a move. So I didn't remember anything. I went for this ED. I was not so happy because he went bishop f6. Rook e1 check is clear. King is good move. King f8. And now, okay, knight c3. Of course, knight belongs on c3, but I was very worried about take on c3. BC rook e8.
Yeah, this one you had mentioned, right?
Yeah, no, because the serious long-term danger. If he goes knight a5 somewhere, trades light square bishops, if he gets the rook from h8 into the game, if he trades rooks, goes knight a5, comes back around, the problem is if he picks up my d pawn, my c pawn and a pawn are also weak.
Right.
So here I cannot break his structure. His structure I can only break with a4, a5, but after a4, knight is on a5. So he has this rook a7, b6, c5. And so the only issue in his position, which is huge, this rook on h8 is out of play. So but that means that I have to not let it in. So I have to really, and I didn't know, maybe it's still prep for something of his. So I had to, without knowing this, had to be accurate, not to let, because f6, king f7 is coming. So I guess somewhere I could go maybe knight h4, but then knight a5, he goes. So I was thinking about things like bishop d2 or bishop f4, bishop d2, maybe let's say f6, knight h4, king f7, I have check. So he goes knight a5. I don't know. So then I went back, instead of bishop d2, maybe I can play, I don't know, some bishop f4. Yeah, f6, maybe bishop h3, maybe knight cb, maybe knight cb8, maybe bishop. Okay, of course he is passive, but if he gets king f7 and trades rooks, and then he doesn't need to win the d6 pawn yet. If he one day ever wins it, it's going to be good enough. So there is like serious strategic risk here for Wise.
I understand your problem, because it's like white has to go move by move here, while black has long term.
Yeah, it's not like you can see now maybe 0-20, but it's not like it's not like white slightly better.
Correct.
For all I know, black would be slightly better. Okay, probably not. Okay, probably not, because right now it feels like rook on h8 is bad. So, and white has done nothing wrong in the opening. So I knew that I should not be worse at the moment, because I've done all the normal moves. But there is definitely pressure on me to deliver good moves. So I was concerned by that. And instead of this, he played knight b4, because he knew something. That was the problem. He knew some old games that he had with white. And I didn't really remember anything. And I was looking at this knight before. I thought, okay, but I could just play knight e5. I thought he blundered this, because it's so nice for me. Bishop b7, rook d8, rook d1. And now, if I lose the d6 pawn, it's a different story, because I go a3 before, will break these pawns apart.
Correct.
And while he needs time to bring the rook from h8, the scenario now is, even if I lose the d pawn, I go a3 before, while he brings the rook back out, I will trade the pawns and collect them back somehow. So there is no longer strategic risk here at all. It's a different story. So I was very happy with this turn of events. And okay, I assumed he will be accurate and probably he'll find some draw, but I already thought, okay, it's very nice. So I planned this d7, knight 2, knight d4. And my original plan was to go bishop c8. I thought this was not natural what he did. Bishop to c8.
You mean after knight d4, yes?
Yeah, I think he also thought bishop c8. He goes knight e5 or knight d6. Let's say knight d6, whatever. And in the meantime, I'll go, let's say b4. He collects my d pawn, and I collect his c pawn. And okay, there's knight e2 check right now, so I maybe need to make some other move to king g2 or something. And so what I was expecting to happen, let's say, is that while somehow it will peter out. I will take the a pawn, and somehow it will be draw. Like I'm comfortable.
Right.
But then I started thinking, instead of bishop c8, because okay, I have time and so on. It's a classical game. I started thinking after knight d4, what if I go bishop d5, knight e5, and b4?
Okay. Yeah, and yes.
Yeah, then I think he can go knight d7.
Right.
Okay, but it looks already like nicer for me even than that, because I have two bishops take bc, bishop out to e3 to a3. I can definitely regain the pawn anytime I want, and I'm without risk for sure. Maybe not clear if I'm better. And then I realized, what if I start with b4, which looked very suspicious for me, because rook d7, bishop d5, and now there are all kinds of cross, like knight d2, knight f3 kind of checks, but somehow, because there is x-ray on the rook, there is x-ray on the bishop to the knight, but nothing works, because bishop knight d2 I take, knight f3 I also take. So suddenly I see there's nothing, and I'm looking, and I think, okay, what is he has in mind? What is it that I'm missing? Because there must be a tactic. Because if not tactic, so I'm looking. I don't see it. But okay, it's Carlsen. I look. I don't know. I don't see it. So normally I would play it much faster, but I think very long, because there must be some Carlsen tactic here. Yeah. I thought for a very long time, because there are all kinds of cross pins. I don't see it. Then okay, I collect all my because I could play safe. Yeah. Collect all my bravery together. Deep breath out and go for it. Yeah. Then think, okay, he probably blundered the fork. Look, did he blunder the fork? Still don't see it. So then I kept walking for like 10 minutes thinking, which fork did I blunder? Then I realized, okay, he's thinking, he doesn't look happy. I didn't blunder any fork. Then I think, okay, doesn't mean that I'm better. And probably means that I'm better. Then I'm looking, okay, I'm better. Okay, he doesn't look happy. So what is he going to play? And I'm thinking, okay, 95 BC, 96 BC, CB rook b4. Yeah, everything is. And I think, okay, well, looks like I'm better. Yeah. Okay, but what's he going to play? So then like, what move is going to play? Not to resign right away, actually. Like, let's just change. Like, let's just go from I blundered the fork to actually, why is he not resigning? Yeah, like, and then the more I look at it, and then some point I realize, as he keeps thinking, I realize, because I'm already calm, I already know I didn't blunder the fork, because he would have shown it. I realized that he's completely lost.
Mm.
Completely. It's actually like, maybe it's normal if you click through, but it's a complete miracle to me that from a tense position that felt like more or less balanced. Like I have pluses, he has pluses. Of course, I don't risk because my position is, I run less risk because worst that can happen to me is I'm pawned down with the bishop pair. I mean, that's anyway okay. Worst that can happen to him is he doesn't get a rook out of h8. So of course my position is better in that sense, but that I'm just completely winning, like completely. And it's like computer says +4. It's like almost a rook up here.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like it's crazy that it's that lost. So he just played knight d6, and I was a little inaccurate actually.
By the way, your one thing which we enjoyed while watching and while I was doing live commentary was like you would sit down, then you would think, then you would suddenly get up. It's your move. Then you'll remove your jacket, then you'll put it, then you'll again sit down. You did it so many times and in so many different games. We kind of thought like this is becoming your style, yeah?
Yeah, I think at some point one of my trainers told me this. It's like when people are a bit nervous, they want to do something. Some action. That's the thing. That's why people go to toilet sometimes. Not only because they want to pee, yeah? It's not only that. They want to do an action. They go to open water, drink water, close the bottle, like you want to do some action. So I think this taking off jacket is like part of that. Like you sometimes what happens usually is like, that's why also I do it like this. I stand up, I do it because I want to do something, because you can also, and then I think like it's a bit chilly actually, but I already look stupid because Sagar is watching and I already have my hands like this. If I put it back on, I look like a total idiot. Let me take it off. I'll probably put it on in a couple moves. So then I put it on, take it off. It's actually chilly. I think, okay, it's kind of stupid now in the shirt. It's a bit cold, but okay, couple moves. Then I put the jacket back on, you know.
We thought it's some Karate Kid kind of a thing. Have you seen that movie?
No. I remember, think I did. Yeah, with Will Smith's son, right? Something.
Yeah, jacket on, jacket off, kind of a thing.
No, it was kind of it's true. Like I was taking it off, but it was really not cold, not hot or something. So I just regretted it all the time. But I'm already in the middle of it. It's just awkward. And midway, just put it back on like an idiot. So I just go all the way then.
Nice. And here, I think once you played your bishop here, although you were not
Bishop
very
c5 was inaccurate.
happy
No, I
with
blundered.
this.
You know why I played? I thought the position is dead winning. So I thought he wants. Rook c8
Here.
after bishop c5. I thought that was his trick. And then I was going knight e4. And then I thought he wants to go knight e2, king g2, knight c3. And then I thought he might be missing that I go bishop d6, rook d6, knight d6. I hit c8 rook, and if king d6, I have bishop b7 check. Knight d1, rook d1, and I collect.
Nice.
So I calculated this. I thought, okay, this is the last thing I have to calculate, and I'll do this. He'll resign. So I have bishop c5, and he looks a little bit like confused, and goes knight e6. And I realized that, I blundered this move. Because bishop e6 doesn't win material somehow, king e6. And and then I realized that I like made a huge mistake. Because
Did you feel like at that point, oh my god, I've kind of botched up the win?
Yeah, massively, yeah, because I did. I mean, like I really, my advantage reduces a lot. Like from completely winning, it becomes technical. So there is a win, I think, with knight e4, knight c5, knight c5, but of course, when you don't have the computer, you don't see for sure. And the thing is that, okay, now the drawish tendency is very high. Opposite color bishops, even if somewhere he loses the pawn, imagine. It's already like opposite color bishops. So I didn't think beyond this very far. I just saw I'm not winning on the spot and I stopped. But I am kind of winning, but I didn't think too deep into this. It's not good, not promising direction for me. So I went back and I thought I have nothing better than, I tried bishop takes d6, also some things, bishop d6. Yeah, bishop d6 was interesting. Because it looks like rook b7, but there's no discovered check that does something. This doesn't do anything. So then I saw bishop before, but then I noticed that he has takes knight f5.
This one.
Very strong move, knight f5. He missed knight f5. He said rook c8, bishop before back. He missed knight f5. And okay, here I thought I have to probably go like bishop b3 back. We will trade both rooks, and okay, I mean, it's a fantastic endgame, of course.
Right.
But coming from a dead winning position, I'm not sure you want to convert.
You would take this endgame any day, but not from that position.
Yeah, I mean, I suspect it's a winning endgame. Also, a computer showed instead of bishop b3 that bishop takes e6. Somehow it wins the g pawn by force, surprisingly. So bishop takes e6, rook d1, king e6,
rook e1,
rook e1 check, I think, and then rook e5, I think.
Yeah.
and then rook g5, and I collect the g pawn.
Nice.
I'm not sure I would have seen that. Difficult sequence to give up the bishop that you so treasure. But the position after bishop b3 with trading rooks, it's like the computer gives around +2, +3, so it's probably winning. But yeah, it became technical from because instead of bishop c5, if you go 2 moves back, cleanest move he said is rook e1 check. I was thinking knight a4, but rook e1 is even cleaner. Now after knight e6, which I thought of course is the move, knight a4 now. Now knight c5, now he collapses. And after king d8 instead of knight e6, which was the only move, he said, then simply bishop c5 now, and there is no more trick.
Yeah, this would be very clean.
This is like, I guess it's close to resignable this position. Or maybe, yeah, I guess rook e8, even the rook takes e8, knight e8, rook b8, and king e8, bishop c6. Yeah. But I just thought rook c8 is his only trick, you know. So I slightly relaxed and okay, missed this knight e6 idea. But after bishop b4, he didn't like this position with 2 bishops. He thought it's anyway lost. So he wanted to activate his pieces with a5. But after take rook c8, I think he expected me to follow my instincts, which is like knight e4, you know. But the thing is, my instincts, they are like for when we play bullet, yeah. Okay, this is my instincts. But when we play Wijk Aan Zee tournament, and I know that I'm completely winning and I cannot afford to mess it up, it's very different. Then I shut my instinct deep down and I try to make the best move.
I think this was very nice, knight a4, because generally you are a little bit afraid of rook a7 stuff if you don't have time.
But exactly that's what I said. That's why instinctively you don't play. It's not my move. Knight a4 is not my move. Like, I never make knight. But of course, I know after knight e4, okay, he will put some bishop on d4, and okay, it will get technical at some point. And I don't want it to be technical, because if it becomes technical, you can misconvert. So I wanted it to win by force because of his lack of coordination. And in the game, yes, it was very converted, very accurate. Like I kept betraying my instincts, yeah. So I went now, instead of natural check, I went through bc1, like trying to not give him king d8.
Very perfect, very precise.
Yeah, I was being like super accurate, yeah. And here after king f6, here I almost made a mistake. What did I play?
You played knight c5.
Knight c5. Knight c5.
This is a great move.
Yeah, sorry. Can you go a move back instead of bishop b4 check? Yeah, bishop b5 is his last move. Yes. So here I didn't see bishop b5, of course. I was calculating like forced moves, like knight d6 and all this. They don't work. Then he goes bishop b5, kind of a waiting move, kind of. And then I thought to also improve my position, because I cannot win by force with bishop c4 or with there's no win by force, yeah. Or bishop e6 doesn't win. So I realized that he's pinned. He doesn't have a next move. So I was thinking to play first rook d3, I think. But the problem with rook d3 is that somehow the rook's no longer connected, and in some line it was relevant. Yeah. So I didn't do it. And then I thought, okay, great idea, typical also of Carlsen. I'm going to go king g2, stylish. And I was really liking that move. And suddenly it dawned on me, there is knight e3 check. Oof, this would have been brutal. Falling right into, like, falling. And now actually, if you rook c1, like, now he's actually fine. Like, I give up my bishop pair, and now actually he has enough counterplay. Also, my pawn structure is ruined. And this actually is very drawish. So I was very lucky not to do this. So I kept thinking there, and I found this forcing thing, check, and knight c5. Takes rook c4, yeah, and now he even rooks. Yeah, now I don't even trade rooks. Bishop a5. Vishy was saying that, okay, like, come on, why you are so precise? Just trade rooks and win. And I'm like, no, Vishy, you don't know. I've messed up too many times. This is not, no. He said, okay, come on. I said, no, Vishy, 64 the king. You don't know me. This is the start of messing up. You don't trade rooks. You win a piece, because then it's over. Yeah, and this, I mean, when he resigned, it was amazing that you managed to just win this game. But I think it was a very nice win. And also, after the game ended, Magnus was also very happy to sort of discuss the game and all. Like, I think he was in a different mood, yeah? I think what makes these things, I know from my own experience. So when you're lost for last hour and a half, you have already accepted it more. So if, let's say, you were fine and you blundered just now, and then you resign a minute later, it's very different state. So that moment when he thought for this, like 40 minutes or whatever, for after bishop d5, and that moment where when we both realized he's lost, that was when he had all the pain. Right. And he accepted his loss already there. Like, not fully, but partly, largely. So I think he got over it by that point. Or 2 hours later, already he just got over it, and we just discussed the game. Amazing. One game which kind of stands out for me as an amazing one for this tournament is your win against Gukesh. And rook c2, I would say, like, many people loved your sacrifices,
But I loved this little poisonous, venomous little opening move.
Yeah, it was a great idea. Even when you see that the engine gives it as one of the top, I don't know, 3-5 moves with evaluation like 0.02, let's say, it's still you need to know something about this position to check it, because 0.02 it says everywhere, every move everywhere is 0.02. Usually it means nothing. It means that it's equal, because it can be 0.10 is also nothing. Like, okay, 0.30 is like something you can be excited about. 0.10 is nothing also. So, but the thing is, I knew this position a lot. I had some training games with Adiban long ago.
Wow.
And great AD played against me before bishop b6, rook c3.
Instead of rook c2.
Yeah, in a similar position, yeah. And then he placed his rook on d3, rook on e1, went to d5, completely destroyed me. And I was like, he was like, yeah, baby. And I was like, wow, what the hell was that? Because I thought I have bishop pair and isolated pawn he has, so I'm great. And he just some rook to d3, rook to e1, and just some h4, d5, everything crashed me, knight g5, all this happened. It is calling me. And
with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you can pick up.
Let's see. My video, of course, always wants to.
He's watching this.
That idea was mine. I just wanted to say. No, Vidit says that it was his idea.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it's they used to work together. I think the Beast and the Beauty until the So the Beauty and the Beast, they come up with this rook lift thing back then. Vidit Sayantan 2014, he says. Yeah. I don't know, honestly.
Okay, so with its idea, yeah? Or
yeah, the bad one, yeah, we speak about. The good one is mine. So let's the bad one. We first start with the bad one. No, so I knew this thing. So as soon as I saw rook c2, I was like, oh, that's another one of those, That's like the same but different. Very nice. So I input bishop d7 because I know that everybody wants to go bishop d7. That's the point of rook d8.
Correct.
The point of rook d8, last move rook d8 is important actually. Because you want to develop the knight, right? Knight c6 right away. If you are instead of rook d8, if you are a noob, let's say, you look at position, you should, okay, you watch Levy videos, you should develop, yeah. Or okay, you're a Chesspa fan. Now, if you watch Levy videos, you want to sacrifice the rook, of course. But if you watch Chesspa, you know that, okay, you have to bring the pieces out. So if the rook on f8, you go knight c6.
You are the only player in Wijk Aan Zee who watches Levy and Chesspa videos.
Yeah. But that made the difference.
But then you win it, right? So
yes.
So we are all happy.
Yeah. It makes a difference. No, so you want to develop the knight, but you go rook d8 first, because in some cases, so what happened before bishop b6, rook c3, actually, there was a game of Sundar Shyam, I think. Rook c3, some 2015 game, bishop d7, important. Rook d3, bishop c6, rook e1, bishop e4, rook e4, knight d7, and now d5. I have knight f6, very important. Rook is hanging, a full rook is hanging on e4. And if you go rook e1 or e2, I don't remember. But the key is that queen c7 jumps out of the pin, hitting the bishop, and then I'm free to go ed. So it works like just because of the circumstances. Bishop is hanging, queen is on d1, like it just works for black. It's a very dangerous idea, but if black knows all these moves, he's just fine. And I guess that Gukesh would either knew or would find this, because this is standard stuff. It's a game of Sham, simply. It happened, all of this happened. The guy didn't push d5, but so far it all happened. So now we got rook c2. So bishop d7 is what he goes.
The bishop to b6 is just in black's favor, yeah? Like by not playing b4, you are actually...
Well, but rook on d3 is nicer than on d2.
But no, you're not going to put d2. I thought you want to go to e2.
Yeah, yes, exactly. But look, it will be similar. So I go rook c2.
Yeah.
He wants again bishop d7. I go rook e2. He wants bishop c6. So now...
Queen c2.
This is a very hard move, I think, to anticipate. Because I think if you are looking from black, you are wondering, okay, what if maybe knight e5, knight f7, something, yeah? But I go queen c2, and that's a very strong move, because I stop knight development. So knight a6, I take. Knight d7, I have d5. Yeah, that's the whole point.
Knight a6, you just take here.
Yeah, I think I just take. I don't even... Yeah, knight d7 is probably... Yeah, and now d5. And when you see this in a real game, you like, it's very unpleasant. Such
You
things.
start to
When there is-
doubt whether you have played it correctly.
yeah, that's like, you hate such things. Like when you see that you see a logical line that ends with your loss. This is the first sign to you that you can lose. You know, you see how you lose. Like that's also a sign of a poisonous idea. When a natural line ends with a loss, already you feel very disturbed. And then you have to find them different moves. So now if you go bishop e4, like in sham game, I take rook, knight d7, I go d5. But now knight f6, I go d. Rook is dependent now. It's not full rook. I go knight e4, queen e4.
This is spectacular, yeah.
Yeah, because you realize it's even worse if you know than if you don't know. If you know nothing, you think, okay, whatever.
But
if you know something about the
this position
line,
you see, you don't feel like this is +5. You know, like you're just
yeah, but I come 95, 90, like you light squares, I finished. Yeah. Knight enters on g6 and you collapse. But like, if you know the line well, which Gukesh actually did, if you know the line well, it's only more dangerous because now the same ideas that you wanted to do, they don't work anymore because of some difficult tricks. So it was very nasty. It was nastier than it looks because the moves that are good for black, they are out of your pattern recognition. They are different moves. So Gukesh was very deep here. He played bishop b6. I mean, that is like, it's unfortunate for him because this is actually a very strong human thought. Because you think the pawn is attacked on d4, of course, if you're normal. And you think rook d1, of course, which is also like, I wanted to play rook d1 very fast. Then I was thinking, what is his idea? So I realized he can take on e4, rook e4. I haven't, by the way, checked this. So I suspect, first of all, knight d7, knight f6 already is different.
Yes.
But also, because the rook will be hanging. But also, I was thinking about knight c6. I didn't check it yet. I forgot to check this particular move. Knight c6, d5, and can I go queen d6? I was wondering during the game.
Yeah, possible.
You can, right?
Yes.
So this is this very smart inclusion. So in fact, bishop b6 is a very smart thought. But unfortunately for him, so I found this over the board, that this knight c6, queen d6 is there, also in knight d7. And then I started thinking, okay, bishop b6 was not good, I remember, yeah? It was not a good move. I was thinking like, okay, but what is the point? So then I think about, oh, wow, I have a brilliant idea. Rook fe1, bishop d4, knight eg5. Ag rook e6, fe rook other e6. So my first instinct, of course, as you know me, I think I'm genius, right? Then suddenly I think like, so then I think, okay, I go back to the line. I calculate, okay, what if rook e1, he goes bishop d5?
Yeah.
Rook e1, bishop d5 to neutralize the bishop. I take
and knight c3.
Knight c3, knight c3, rook d6, d5, knight d7. I calculate d, rook e6. I calculate rook e6, fe, knight d5, queen c5, queen c5, knight c5, knight b6, ab. And I think, wait a second. I've seen this position before. Today morning.
Really?
I remember something like king f1 plus equal in the notes. And I think like, hang on a second. I think, how else can I get this endgame ever? So I tried to think from the start after rook c2. How can I ever get this endgame? And then I realized this was just the line that I had. So then I realized I'm not a genius at all. I had the rucksack. Everything was there. I just forgot about it already from the morning. Because, you know, there is like, you can't imagine. These files, they're so big and like, you can't imagine. And you don't think it will, all of it will happen. You just click like a mindless chicken, yeah? And then at some point, it is in the back of your head somewhere. There are hundreds of these lines. So,
and you know, when viewers are watching you calculate, they are like thinking, oh, what variations? But you are thinking about some prep or something, you know, like.
No, you both. So first I was calculating what position. And then at some point, somehow the position and my prep started to coincide with each other. Everything started to click. Like I realized, okay, rook e1 is good by calculation, but it's also the move I remember. So then I went rook e1, knowing it's my prep. And then when he went king h8, which I didn't know, it was clear that, okay, this move, it's very dubious.
And then this came
okay, so then people ask me, did you know knight g5? Okay, I didn't know, but I know bishop d4, knight g5. So if you see bishop d4, knight g5, of course you think about knight g5. Ag rook e6, and okay, this I of course already calculated.
What I really liked is that here you found this like queen f5, you didn't take gf3. I think this
I had a lot of time.
Was very clean.
I had a lot of time, and I knew that I felt that this could be the last moment to think. Like I could just win on the spot. And it was important to find bishop h5, queen g5. Yeah, this was slightly difficult at first.
Yes.
Because, and then surprisingly, it just made
g6 bishop has no square.
Yeah, g6 queen h6 also. So queen f5 is very accurate. But by the way, the line is very difficult. I actually didn't see the line, I must say, even after all my thinking. So I played queen f5 because bishop e4. I saw this because, by the way, gf is also okay. But after gf, I can show you what I thought. Gf, rook e8,
Yeah.
D5, rook e6, d, knight c6, queen g6, let's say, but it doesn't look so lost as the other one to me. I thought he will block my pawn on e7. The f, like sometimes when bishop gets to f6, I imagine
Right,
something, bishop
right.
d4, bishop f6 somewhere. After rook, somehow I imagined he established some blockade of the like some fortress vibe or whatever. So I wanted to keep. So I saw this bishop e4, queen e4 in the game, only move, and
Rook e8, right?
only move, yes. And now I saw h4 actually.
You saw it, yes, brilliant.
Actually, yes, but I thought it doesn't work very well because I thought he goes knight c6, hg, rook e6. Must, because queen h4 is made. So it's all about me trying to get the queen to the h file, right?
Right.
And he sacrificing on this. So h4 is to create the h4 square for the queen. He takes he takes with the bishop. No, knight takes is just check and just knight takes is check g6 and win.
Queen
Bishop
h3
take.
and g6.
Queen h7 wins. Queen h7, queen h8, queen g7. I collect. So he goes bishop takes. I calculated g6. So first I thought rook f8. I was like, wait, queen h3, queen h7 is made. So then I thought, okay, no, not rook f8, rook d8. So rook d8, I'm thinking queen h3, king g8, queen h7, king f8, queen h8, king e7. And so I don't have a win. So
it's
then
not hanging.
I thought it's okay for him. But it was a remarkable win. So queen h3 check, king g8. No, don't go g6 even. Don't go g6. Queen h3 check here.
Here.
King g8, queen b3. How beautiful that, and queen b7. What a circle I made.
Nice.
Very difficult thing.
Very
to
amazing.
do like h3, b3, b7. Yeah, this I had to still find.
If
what I was
Gukesh
going
would
to
have
do-
played rook e8, I think it would have made it tough. Yes, I mean you
Yes.
would have won it, but maybe
So
not
what I,
so
because
sure.
because what I considered is queen b7 here.
Right.
I'm afraid I could have done it. I'm not sure if I would have. Knight a6.
Because the threat is rook c8, queen, rook e6,
Yeah.
queen
So
c8.
knight a6 is the only move. Queen f7, I think, forcing rook e6, queen e6, and this looks like a very good endgame. I might have gone for it.
Right.
But this is like plus 1.5 computer, so it's not 100% winning. Well, I also considered, by the way, very long. Instead of queen takes e4, very pretty line. I thought queen h3.
Yes, beautiful line. Bishop f5.
Beautiful. I saw the line. Yeah, it was so tempting. It's so beautiful. Bishop f5, g6, take rook d7.
Yes.
Take queen c8, king
Yes.
g7, queen b7. It's very beautiful. But then I saw he has knight d7,
Yes.
queen a8, and knight f6, and he gets some sort of harmony. King g6 and rook d7 comes in, and I imagine he will take my d pawn because I think it's doomed. Then I imagine he puts pressure on f2 somewhere, and so I didn't like this as much as the other line. So I went for the other line instead. But yeah, he didn't play rook e8, and then it was just over.
I think rook d4 when he played, you were like, what? And
No, I didn't even consider. I thought queen f3 just mates.
Yeah.
So I was a bit surprised. I thought, okay, it's not mate, but yeah, it's of course slow mate. So I just go queen f8 and then bishop. There are many. I think h4 wins, g3 wins, but I think I found the cleanest one. Bishop f5, bishop c2 is the cleanest win.
Yeah, this was very clean. And I think Gukesh just resigned here, which was completely.
Yeah, because he's so lost. Even if, let's say, if he goes like knight c6, he tries to give back the stuff.
You don't even take it, yes?
I think I have queen f.
Yes.
I can take, of course, the rook. I think I even have queen f5.
And there's no way to stop this or this.
Yes, and rook d6, I have queen f4 even, simply just to collect the rook. The easiest.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's complete finish in the end. Yeah.
I think this was the game. I mean, preparation played a huge role, but also it just flowed so nicely. And I think this was your first win in the tournament. It set you up in a good mood.
Yeah, for sure. No, it definitely. It's amazing when prep works out so well. Yeah, because there are many things that he can do different, but it also can sometimes not work, and then nobody cares what you prep. But when it works out like this, it's really nice. It's very rewarding.
Anish, I have to thank you for this game because
I watched this. I know I liked Amruta. Yeah, Amruta, like the moment you said, because she trusts in me, unlike you. The moment you said that you're gonna flash, like what? What? Like you are like, I'm gonna, yeah. She's like, sorry, are you going to fly? What? And then you're like, no, let him find it first. Like we'll see later what happened. She's like, are you going? No, when? You mean tomorrow? You're going to fly? What do you mean? And he's like, no, let him find it first. We'll see later. And of course I don't find it. She believes that I can find things. She really believes. She was like, what the hell, Sagar? Is not the plan. I mean, we're having a good time here. You're not going anywhere. I have here things to do.
Seriously, it was happening that way. You know, she was like, we have to discuss a few things in our life. And you are saying you're going to Wijk Aan Zee now. So
no, I know. But she really takes it serious because she believes that I'm capable of finding a forced win, yeah? And you just think, okay, no, let AG, he'll ruin it and it'll be fine. It'll be good for her. I'll make a nice clip out of it and it'll be all fine. We'll never go anywhere. But it was not cool, Sagar. I didn't like this.
Sorry. You know, just to give context to our viewers who are not aware of this at this point, I think Anish, King F1 was the only winning move here for white, which is just insane if you take it in consideration with the entire line that was played.
Now, I have to tell you the situation how I saw it. So let's go a few moves back. So first of all, I played nice novelty in this game. He went long castle, which was bad. I punished it very well. So a critical moment came before a4. So here, clearly, I'm doing very well.
Yeah.
Just in general. I can put a rook on e1, put a knight on d4. Can you also swap the colors so that it looks nicer? Yeah. Knight, he played what? Knight b6, yeah? Yeah, I planned, okay, I put a knight on d4, rook on e1 or d1, put h3 or something. Somewhere maybe I can put e6, maybe not. Nice thing about knight d4, if he takes, knight on b6 is awful. Like he needs the knight on e6 or c6 to push the pawns, yeah? Knight on b6 is kind of awful. Always a4, a5 is there. I have big advantages clear that I'm good. But I thought, okay, if I play, let's say, rook, knight d4, let's say, or let's say rook d, or let's say I play rook fd1 or something. He goes, let's say, queen c6, knight d4, queen a4. It's not so easy to break. I have to play h3, then maybe somewhere rook e1 back, like c3 is there. So I have to play slowly, yeah? I'm just good because he doesn't have a move. I'm just like, he doesn't have a move to improve his position. So I'm just good, but not so easy. And I have the opportunity to go a4 right away. And I think a4, queen c6, I think rook d1, knight a4, I think I go rook a1, beautiful and then move, it's collapsing just. Queen a5, queen a2, everything collapses. And then suddenly I see c3 instead of rook. I thought c3. Queen a2 was the plan, yeah, hitting the knight and hitting a6. I see rook b8. Queen a4, I cannot because take, c2, rook c1, rook b1, rook a1, rook a1, rook a1, bishop a3. I sort of saw instead of this, instead of taking on a4, that maybe I have e6. Now after e6, if rook b2, the same line, I will have, so same line, take, c2, rook c1, rook b1. I have rook a1, rook a1, rook a1, bishop a3. Probably have e7. If bishop gets distracted, I have a tempo. If rook gets distracted, I go bishop f4, back to c1.
Nice.
Probably works. Then I see instead of rook b2, he probably can go rook b4. After e6. So I'm in the state of panic because I've missed the whole thing, that rook comes over that with the tempo, that rook comes to b4, queen b5, rook b2. I don't know who is better and why, honestly, at this point. I think maybe I'm worse. I thought I may be worse. I don't know. I just like, I didn't see the whole thing. So like I'm suddenly in, I lose control of, like, I thought, okay, everything's good. And I suddenly see that my plan of second the a pawn, I thought if he takes, he's just collapsing. He's not collapsing at all. His rook comes to b4. I don't know who's better and why. So then, okay, he doesn't go c3. He goes rook b8, which I think is a mistake because I thought c3 was very good. I go e6. He goes what?
Rook b4.
Rook b4, yeah. I go knight with tempo, yeah, somewhere. Yeah, knight d4. He goes this only move, queen b7.
Good move here.
Yeah, and
I mean, you have to defend d5. That's the move.
Yeah. Now I see knight c2. c3, yes. And now I was thinking, so I can play, I thought I can play queen d5 and force a draw, just how I think. Just I thought it is forcing a draw. Because I thought take, rook b2, rook a4, rook c2, h3, bishop f2, take king h2 draw somehow.
No, what? Here?
No, sorry, no, h3 first, yeah? Rook c2, rook a4, and then, yeah, how I play something. Bishop f2, king h2 is draw.
Right.
So I thought I can force a draw, or I can think whether I make a move with the queen. Bishop f2, king h2, I wanted to be safer even. I didn't see this rook f2 doubling on there. So I thought, okay, I had this my bailout, yeah? But of course, I want to win first. I don't want to take on d5. So I'm thinking maybe I should play not queen d5, but queen d3. Knight b2 is nice because I have rook a6, rook takes a7, something. I'll win there for sure. It doesn't work at all. So I'm sure, yes, I'm sure rook takes a7, anything probably wins there. So instead of knight b2, I realized he goes, rook is hanging, so he goes rook e4. Then I saw I have rook e1, getting out of also some knight b2s, defending my e6 pawn, threatening rook e4, queen c4, putting pressure on the knight. So looking, okay, this is it. So what I'm going to do to play for a win. Then I see he goes queen c6.
Instead of rook e4.
Now queen c6. Defends the knight. If rook e4, d4. Now queen c4, then it's bishop f2. So then, okay, and he has already passed pawn on c3. We keep trading pieces. Somehow the attack is evaporating. I'm doubting. Okay, I think, well, I was doing great the whole game, but I mean, I lost like control at some point. I missed some the C3 resource. Time also, I dropped low on time as well, already both 10 minutes or something like this. So, okay, I think, well, what can I do? Yeah, I mean, I try, but I'm not going to overpush now because this queen d3 doesn't seem to work. And okay, so I think, okay, I make queen d5, I make draw. The problem is that I took queen d5 with the idea that it's just draw. So I just thought and I just verified if it's a draw. I thought, yeah, I'm not really running in the risk. Rook b2, and I played h4 or something. I didn't play it for a win. I didn't play h4 to win. I played h4 to trade, and I thought I took the decision to make draw already with queen d5. I thought it was a bailout because also, I mean, if you look at position, I mean, look what is going on. We have 4 pawns against 4. f2 is hanging with check. c3 pawn is as far as e6 pawn visually, right? It's 2 things ranks away, and I have to still make a left for my king. So on what ground am I better when we have both pawns like equally far? Like, I don't think I visually I didn't think I'm better. But somehow after king f1, rook c2, rook a4, c pawn is not going anywhere, and bishop f4 there is of course this rook f4 idea. And it's
this one.
No, after, in king f1.
King f1, rook c2 here.
Yeah, I find it still somewhat miraculous that this position is just lost. Yeah, I mean,
do you think that at that point, if you had a prompt, you would find king f1 here?
If I had what?
Someone would say, okay, here's a winning move. Find.
Yeah, no, any vibration, I would know. But it's not how it's done, yeah? As you know.
No, of course. So, but I think that's the main point here, which people have to understand, that it's not about the move per se. It's about the moment that, okay, this is the moment where the move lies, is the tough thing.
Yeah, it's how to say, if I looked for a win in that position, I guess within 10 minutes, I'm capable of finding it, maybe. But I didn't, I was looking for a win 2 moves ago. I found none, and I went for the draw. You understand? Like, I went queen d5. It also simplifies. Like, also, it feels like we trade down. I had compensation for the pawn. Instead, I regained the pawn to trade queens, which his king is no longer weak, because in endgames, king is not weakness anymore. So I had imbalance, which I considered to be in my favor for a while. I thought I missed certain things. I made certain mistakes. I thought after the game, a4 was a mistake. And then I thought he played very well. And now it's time to remove the imbalance, reach balance, and make a draw. You understand? So I thought we are reaching balance position. So I didn't look for a win. I just verified that h4 is same as h3. And even after h4, rook c2, rook a4, I even missed that after bishop f2. I can also simply take on f2.
You mean after h4, right?
Yeah.
This one.
If I play for win, I could play bishop f2, but I missed rook f2 that I have rook g4, just defend my g2 pawn. And my e pawn is rook g7 is threatened, rook d8 is mate actually. So he has to be a bit careful. But there's a draw here, but he has to be a bit careful. But I was not playing for a win. I just played king h2. I made sure that, like, I just checked if, like, I don't blunder anything, and this is just a draw. So I thought draw is fine at this point. So that was a problem, that I was just I didn't feel there is a win at all after queen d5. I thought our long missed my advantage. Long already, it's long gone.
Yeah, I think it was very tough to get that move, and yeah, also Arjun defended very resourcefully there. I think this one was an epic game to beat Ding. I think fantastic chess, lot of I mean, Ding I thought was in maybe perhaps his most not ambitious, but somehow he played so aggressively, right, this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting opening idea, let's say, but he has mixed something up, and here, yes, I had this fe3 option.
Yes, fe3 instead of this.
Yeah, I mean, in somehow, whenever I was looking at this, like, I never came across this idea of sacrificing the piece. I should have, because it's a thing, but I never came across it. And after g5, I was thinking, like, it felt like knight e8 is sad, but I was thinking, what is my move? Because fe, okay, just gf. I thought that bishop h2, I thought gf, bishop h2, king h1, just queen g3 if I'm not mating. But I think he has rook f3, rook h3. So I stopped calculating. I thought that if I'm not mating, like, I cannot, but it's like a long term, yes? Like, I just go knight takes f6 instead of bishop h2.
Here, yes.
Yeah, I don't have to rush it. And after de, I guess
bishop h2, king h1. Maybe some bishop g4 business.
Bishop g4, yeah. Bishop f. It's not obvious without clip. It's still now without computer.
Yeah.
To me, it doesn't look. I know it's very good,
But I think
it
it's
doesn't-
not easy to play such a move over the board.
no. You have to. You're really. It's really nice if you know that it works, because it's hard to give a piece. So I thought also even about move knight g4. You know, here queen
Yeah.
g4 95, but it's just ef simply you can take. Also, you can give queen here, but yeah, queen a2 bishop g4 is the idea. Yeah? But so I was thinking about that, but then he has after knight g4. He has I think just ef. Yeah, just ef just traps on nh3, just traps knight. So I didn't see anything. I won 98.
And I think here, like the game continued, but this was the critical moment in the game. And I think you were very sharp here to find, because it was like he was also having an attack. He was also making these moves. Your king looked a bit weak.
Well, yeah, at this point, of course, I already, at some point I was in great danger.
Yeah.
So the key moment was a5. I think it's an important moment to show
Oh,
that
yes.
a5.
Why did you play a5? I mean,
Yeah, no, because I'm genius. So
like
It's,
everything's happening on.
yeah, no,
this-
of course. So what you want to do, I can tell you what happens. So after knight b1, what you want to play is you want to move the d7 knight out of the way and develop the bishop, yeah?
Right.
Now, if you go knight b6, which is the most obvious move, I think you can take on e5, rook e5, and I think queen d2. Yeah, and it's just my pieces are they were collapsing in my calculations. Everything was collapsing in my calculations. And instead of that, bishop takes b2 is the tempting way as well. Queen b2, knight e5. Maybe there was some other thing here.
Yeah. Okay.
Knight b6 also, maybe even some other thing was bothering me. Maybe even knight c3. Yeah, I think bishop takes b2 is the one, of course, that I want to play. Queen b2 and knight e5. But then he has queen d2. I thought, at least. Now I thought, okay, my knight is hanging, so I need to defend with rook d8, probably. Then knight d5. So he's coming to b6, queen b8, knight b6. It looks like I'm just losing some material. I thought. Well, I thought I'm just losing some material here. So then I realized. So then I realized that always my problem is that I cannot defend my knight on d6. So in complete act of desperation, I played this move a5
To get the rook like this.
to get the rook into the game, and then also I don't need to develop the bishop on c8 so badly. The rook is already developed. And now after a4, I can now take knight e5, and actually I have now really much better version, because queen d2 I have rook a6. Defending
That was the key point.
Yes, that was the idea, yeah. But it's of course completely stupid. a5 just knight c3.
Yeah.
And then knight d3 even hitting the bishop somewhere. That would be the most painful. Yeah. No, but he went to a4, so then I got bishop g4 knight f5, something started jumping. He panicked, giving me the pawn. Yeah, and then already I'm really fine. I was already playing for a win. I was very comfortable here. And after knight f4, I first wanted to go bishop d7 to c6, which is also not bad to neutralize his pieces. But then I noticed suddenly, that c4 is hanging.
Yeah. It takes, and here, I mean, the finish was very smooth. Bishop a6, good move. And then you manage to find rook e7, queen c7 here again, very important.
Yeah, so what happens after rook e7, I think, is that I want to play queen f8 as well. Like, that's why I keep the option of queen f8 open to protect the g7 pawn and remove the pin from the knight. And after rook d5, I got queen c7. And I saw this queen c3, queen g3 idea from very far. I saw this. I was very worried about this idea. But it doesn't work, because after rook f5, rook e8, queen c3, b6, queen knight f6. GF. Now rook e6, queen g3 works, but I have this knight f3 counter.
Oh, this was beautiful, right? I mean, this will go into the books.
This was very nice.
I think for interference, maybe clearance. Very nice.
Some kind of ends, yes.
Amazing. So this, I think Ding was a little bit worried about his world championship and everything. Yeah, like maybe not
I
himself.
have a feeling he was upset the entire game, thinking, why did he play this line against me and not against Nepo? It's the feeling I had. He was not happy the game, entire game.
Okay.
It's hard for him to concentrate. He's probably too much focused on, and even when he plays here, he's playing here thinking about, what to do there.
True.
It's hard, yeah.
Well, last couple of games, because I think Rapport was the very critical one which gave you the title. But I would say maybe one of the most exciting games of the entire tournament was this one.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah. This h4, I knew this idea.
h4, you
I
knew
knew
it,
that,
huh?
Yeah, I knew that it's a move. And I knew that you have to go bishop f5, e3, and you trap the rook for you trap the rook, and I knew rook b1, tick tick, and I even left computer here a little bit, I think, to check if there is some compensation, but I thought there shouldn't be any.
But tell
But
me,
I didn't
what
remember.
is the compensation like humanly?
Yeah, then you like
You
so
castle as black, you have good development. You black white doesn't even have a pawn.
well, so first of all, I lack like my knight on c6 is awful, so I lack pieces on the king side, and he has like this bishop d3, knight g5 things, let's say. And also, my light squared bishop is a really nice piece to neutralize his light squared bishop. So it is maybe kind of almost worth a rook. And I cannot touch his position anywhere. I don't have a single pawn break. Like he can play c4, e4. Yeah, he has pawn breaks. I cannot break anything anywhere. My pieces are so dull. Like my position is so dull, you know, like I have material, but what is my, like, I don't have a single fun idea. Like the most fun idea I have is to trade dark squared bishop, because that will free up my pieces. Like we trade dark squared bishops, I go h6, I move the knight, I go c5, and okay, there's something. And I neutralize a lot of his pieces, a lot of his play. But if I don't trade the dark square bishop, there's just, it's like, you know, I have the exchange, but like it's not felt at all right now that I have exchange. It's not felt, no? If you look at position, it looks like somehow white has more pieces in the play. I don't know. Because my rook on b8 is just standing there, yeah, doing nothing. So you have that kind of thing that, you know, that warms your heart, that you have the exchange, but on the board where you play, is like, you imagine you have like your two armies are fighting, and you have, let's say, one of the armies has like a lot of gold coins, yeah, stashed, a lot of gold, like budget, 200 gold coins. But in terms of like weapons and like the horses and the, you know, and all this artillery and the little pawns who are these fighters, white has more. One side has more. So okay, it's nice that you have this gold stash, but you have to fight now, and there is no resources to fight. And of course, if you will not be dead, your Shah will not be dead on your Shah on e8. Then eventually your gold will be very nice, because you know you'll be the king. But right now, probably there is going to be attack. So I was not. I mean, I could sort of see some compensation for white, but yeah, in my prep I didn't. In my prep I thought, okay, it's just nonsense, exchange up. But during the game I thought, okay, maybe there is some point to this. So let me calculate, and I just thought I found the forced draw. Bishop d6, because he was in book. I thought, okay, let me just calculate a clear cut line. Queen d5, bishop f4, queen e7, queen a8, queen f4, queen a3, queen e4 check. He has to go to defend. Knight e7, queen c2, and now knight d5, hitting the c pawn. And I calculated only if c4, I have queen c3 at least, the end game, and it looked very good to me. And if not c4, yeah, a3, b5, whatever. It looks like I'm better. And if not c4, I thought maybe king d2. Only other move. I only took seriously king d2. Then I thought I have even b5 simply. So like his bishop has no squares, bishop d3 I have b4. Like I was absolutely sure it's a draw. That queen e4, knight e7 is a draw. I thought, okay, I found the.
But then why didn't you go like c4, queen c3? Suddenly you went
because he played c4. So instead of making a draw, so I thought, okay, queen c3. He maybe wants to claim the endgame is not worse for him, because otherwise he wouldn't do it, right? So I started to think queen c3, king d1, queen c2, king c2. First instinct was knight b4 check. Let's say even king b3, some c5. Then he goes d5. So okay, if I don't break with b5, like he might go, yeah. And even if I break even some positions with cb and bishop out, bishop e2, rook c1, somehow. So then I started thinking, instead of knight b4, maybe also, because I didn't like the knight there, also knight b4, maybe king b2, and so on is possible. So I started thinking about knight f6, much nicer move, much nicer square. Then I thought he could go bishop, let's say d3 or something. I was calculating like c5, d5, b5. I was thinking maybe, I don't know how to assess cb, but let's say knight e5, bc, bishop c4, maybe the castle. I was just thinking like maybe, I don't know, d6. I don't know what this is like. I was just thinking, I didn't have engine at the time, unfortunately. So I was thinking about this, and I was thinking like, yeah, like maybe rook d1 comes, looking at this position a little bit.
You know, when you look here, this position, you don't feel like, okay, I don't need to do anything. I'm just exchanging.
But you know, if let's say he goes bishop d3, I've lost many games like this, to this Kramniks and Aronians when I was a kid. many games where you think just, okay, it looks okay. Yeah. I lost to Levonalis also a couple of times. You have this exchange, you think I'll sit on my exchange, but it's not how it works. He improves his position and you don't, and you get squeezed. And you just don't make a single act. So I thought bishop d3, if I go castle, like you say, let's say I go castle, yeah, don't panic. Okay, he'll go a4 to stop b5, let's say just. If c5, he goes d5. If not c5, he not d5. So what am I doing with my pieces? Yeah, maybe rook e8. Okay, maybe he will slowly improve. I don't know, put a knight somewhere out, push somewhere e4 something. Yeah. Also, when you are facing prep, like you start seeing all kinds of ghosts, and maybe he can put bishop not on d3 but on e2. Maybe then he can have some knight e5, bishop f3 ideas. I don't know. Maybe bishop e2 also possible. So I started to I started to get less sure about the endgame. I started to hesitate because also you have so much time in classical chess, and I decided to think about the alternatives because, okay, why not? I have time. So I started thinking about knight c3. This poison, the move poisoned my calculation. Now I thought, okay, bishop d3, I have knight a2, it's collapsing completely. If bishop e2, it's also stupid. So knight b4 is even a threat. So then I thought, okay, maybe he wants to go c5.
Yeah, he played c5.
I think maybe I thought knight takes a2 just at first, and I missed bishop b5, c6 castle. I guess is the idea.
Oof.
cb rook a1, knight b4 queen a4 check. Yes, I think that I didn't check this particular thing, by the way, after the game. Maybe this is the idea. So then rook a1, I was thinking maybe castle, rook a2, queen b4. Can't be too bad.
Again, yeah, again, some very weird. This position is actually challenging the sort of understanding. I mean, I don't consider myself to have the best understanding, but still, I mean, it looks, it should be equal. Maybe black should be better. And suddenly, yeah.
No, but rook a7, let's say. Okay, but why? You are only 1 pawn down. If let's say you go queen c4, even queen takes c4, bc rook a4, just for demonstration purpose, yeah? Let's say just, okay, maybe some b5 rook fc8 I have here, but I'm lucky. But if I didn't, let's say he would collect the c pawn, it would be 2 pawns already, yeah? But he won't trade queens, of course. But anyway, like I was thinking about this. I guess that's the point. I don't even sure. Then I thought, okay, instead of knight a2, I have b5, or b5 was first move that came to mind. And then I realized, yeah, this was my plan. Then I realized he has nasty idea. Bishop d3, knight a2, castle, knight b4, bishop takes b5, I think.
Sorry.
Because of course I stopped here, and bishop takes b5, yes. And rook b5, queen e4 check. Queen a8 takes my rook.
And if king d7, like
the knight e5, I assume, yeah, it's just very bad. Oh, king c8 though, and rook b8, yeah.
Maybe something like this.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, again, I was just thinking with like already my time was ticking, so already I was not even. I'm not sure. We have to go back. Yeah. Oh, wait, king d7, queen f5 check was also there. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks 95 just made, no? 95 is made. Yeah, I just made. So looks not good. So then, okay, my options started narrowing down a bit. So then I thought, okay, that's fine. So b6, great. Now after c6, I can now knight a2. Because now there's no bishop b5 check anymore. It's fantastic. And I thought if he goes bishop c4, which is the most, no, right away, because here it's already queen endgame, queen c3, whatever. So I thought right away bishop c4, I can go bc. I threaten rook b1, he goes castle. I go castle. Whenever rook c1, I have queen c1. Whenever bishop b3, I have c4. My knight is not trapped. And if he goes knight g5, which is the only move that I considered, that was dangerous, I thought, from far, I would go g6. And it's very nice because I protect all the squares. I want to go rook b2. Threatening queen d3, knight d2 check. And his queen is dominated by all my pawns. So it looked fine. So I thought b6, I'm fine.
h5 is this?
Yeah, they came h5. No, and then so I started thinking. I first noticed queen f5. Queen f5. Queen f5 instead of h5. So queen f5, I noticed, and I saw g6. Queen g5, let's say, or queen f4 or something. Yeah, queen g5, I think I thought. Let's say I have knight e4, queen h6. The idea is queen h6. Yeah, cd4, bishop d5, knight f6, and after knight g5, there is no threat because knight f6 defense. So that's okay. Okay, queen f5 also looks to be okay. And then I started thinking, okay, what else? And then I noticed this move h5 as he was thinking. And as I just noticed this move h5, I see he made some move, and I'm like, okay, probably he made h5. I see and he made h5, and I was like, oh, okay, that's the move. Now I cannot go to g6 because g6 cuts out his queen. Now his queen is free to go to f5 always, and just very hard to defend against knight g5. And I panicked here a bit. I saw queen b4, idea queen d3 knight, queen d3 knight e4. Nice one. Bishop f7 also unpleasant. Rook f7, queen e4, but okay, so queen b7, I can maybe hang on here. So I was already in survival mode. I really didn't like. I already realized things are going bad. And but then he played knight g5 first. I missed that. G6, queen d3, reverse. And now I realized, okay, now I'm just lost. Because queen b4 was awful. Because queen on a3, at least it kept rook on c1 in check. Always rook c1, queen c1 would be there. So I realized I had to go instead of this, at least rook b6 right away, instead of queen b4. At least go rook b6. DC I didn't want, of course, but okay, DC it makes some move, rook f6, rook h6, whatever, and play. Still playable, I guess. Unpleasant, but playable. But the game is just lost, yeah.
Yeah. And the way you saved it was insane, because I think that was the critical stuff here, that you managed to save this game.
Yeah, DC was a mistake. He had a very nice win. The easiest was rook c1. I didn't see, of course. I didn't even look for anything. I was just sitting waiting. Knight a4. And this move, quiet moves, queen e4.
Very tough.
Very nice. You are entering with the queen and now it's over. Knight f7, everything is just over. And I think he was a little bit in a bad form still, because he's definitely capable of this. To deliver checkmate like this, I think he should be capable. It's his thing. Although, okay, I still see the knight c3. You have to calculate a bit. Yeah, knight c3, I don't know. It's not so obvious.
Yeah, knight c3, maybe some take and queen e8.
Ah, queen e8, queen e7, yeah? Yeah, queen e8, rook f8, queen e7. It's just slow mate.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, so he had, and then the end game was safe. So I can show you one moment. You have to see move 40 quickly. So after move 40, I get this endgame, which looks okay for me. Like I must be okay here, because I have a pawn and
a passer.
Yeah, and f5, I have king g7, king f6. I block him for a while. But then I suddenly noticed f5, king g7, king f4. First, I planned a5, rook c4, rook b2, intending rook b4 to trade rook. So I thought, okay, maybe he blundered, I'm winning. Then I saw he has g5. And I don't have time because f6 is coming. So then I realized I have to go move like king f6 instead of rook b2, let's say.
You mean here, in shove?
Yeah, if let's say a5, like here, let's say king f6. Then I realized he wants to go bishop f3 and e4. And like his king is so nice there, I cannot touch him. And he doesn't want to go e5, but whenever I go, let's say a4, a3, he goes rook a4, rook a6. So I realized that, okay, maybe I should not push my a pawn too far. Maybe it's nice to have it on a7 for now to keep the 6th rank, in check. And I thought, okay, it's probably just some kind of positional draw or whatever. Then I thought, okay, it's a positional draw anyway. Okay, I made this nice move. I thought nice. I played rook a3 first, stopping bishop f3. He goes rook d4. I calculated rook c3. c6 is tempting, but it's a mistake because then I go king f6. I thought at least. If bishop d3, which is the way to push, because now bishop f3 he cannot because pawn is hanging. Now I'll take on rook c6, e4, rook d6. This is fantastic. Let's trap him for a trade. This is winning. So I was somehow thinking I'm great. And after rook c3, I realized he's not going to go c6. He's going to go bishop d3. Also because g5, I have take rook c5. It also works very nice. This also saw. That was my plan, yeah. g5, take rook c5. I can take the pawn and pin the pawn. So then I noticed he goes just bishop d3. I collect rook c5, and he goes again e4. And then again, I start seeing like, how am I pushing my pawns? Again, e5 is always hanging there. And it's very hard for me to move. And I realized, okay, I don't want to play this for a win, just this position. I just don't like this. I don't see how I'm ever queening anything. e5 is coming. And then I saw that, okay, I'm going to go rook to b2, rook to f2. In the game, rook a2, rook f2. And I'm going to push his king away from f4. And it will be a move repetition, probably. I go rook h2 back, he was king f4. And okay, I don't want to play this for a win. I don't think it's better for me. It's too dangerous. So I went this rook a2 move. He makes some move. Yeah, here rook a2. Yeah, also with the bishop on d3, yeah, so he doesn't have bishop f3. Yeah, I thought, okay, he makes some move now. I go rook f2, he goes king away. I go rook back, he goes king back. And now I realized, yeah, rook d2, I thought I pin everything. He just played some move, rook d8, I think. And I realized that e5 square, it gives me nothing. Like king e5, I played king e5. He doesn't have to give me check back. He can make a move like king e3 or anything. And after rook g2, he can play this. He can play just bishop e2 or even c6. Like I haven't created any threat with king on e5, He can always later give me check. So it doesn't force a draw at all. It was just stupid to not collect the c pawn. So then I got worse, but then okay, let's go quickly through it. So then I just play some moves. Already I'm okay. Also, but I planned rook takes e2 somewhere, but he did it with king on f6. So I cannot, if I go rook e2 now, with pawn on c6, king e2, king e4, there is rook d7. Very nasty rook endgame. I didn't want to see what it is.
Right.
It could be lost. So I cannot go this rook e2, which I planned. So bishop gets finally to f3. And I achieved nothing at all with all my nonsense. So then, okay, I just push my a pawn as far as I can. So I go rook c2. Yeah, and now I saw some epic lines. So from now, I think I'm losing because I lost control completely. But I saw a lot of epic lines. So now I see if rook g8, a3, e5, rook e5, rook g6 looks winning.
Yeah.
King f7, king e5, rook c5 check.
Forced,
And
yes.
and I'm just winning. It's a miracle. I'm winning. So okay, that was the first.
If you start with a2
bishop
here,
d5 is
then
mate. It's mate.
it's
Bishop
mate.
d5 is mate and 2. And I mean, you can also bishop takes a2, but also like I'm not even close. It's mate, rook
Right.
g8, rook a8, everything.
Right.
So rook c5 check. Yeah, it's a miracle. His rook is trapped. Cannot come out. So this was the first brilliant line I saw.
This is
I really like-
amazing, man.
No, it's amazing. Nobody notices, of course, because it's not shown by computer. But it's really like of course an epic resource that you
Right.
of course you miss, of course, in the game with white. So then I saw this. He found some rook f8, king g7, rook 8. I thought, okay, this is how I lose. Yeah, I thought, okay, normal. Yeah, this is how I lose. Okay, fine. Then I thought maybe rook c3, e5, rook f3, some bad endgame. But then I saw this a2. This is some very bad endgame. I didn't want to know what it is. a2, e5, rook e8, also very important. Rook a7, king f8, very important. Now e6, only way, because if f6, I have rook f2. I don't let him to push the 2 pawns. Now e6, rook f2, important, not to allow king e5, f6. King goes back, a rook goes back. There was an insane move here, g5. I saw like ag, bishop h5, very nasty. If you move the rook, f6 just wins. Rook e7 also f6 and rook a8.
Yeah.
So this is, it looks lost. There's some miracle draw here, I think, but I didn't see this. So after g5, because also I know him, it's his style to go g5.
Yeah.
After g5, I found an epic move, another one. So king g3, rook d2, g5, king e7. Completely crazy move as well. Rook c7, king d6, rook d7, not king e5 because takes on rook d5 back, but king c5, king to c5.
What this is? Oh my god, this is a mate.
Yeah, no, I mean, I told in that span of, I was playing very fast, like I was making like 30 seconds per move, but in that span, I saw so much, like I had the enlightenment, you know. I suddenly realized that I'm probably lost, and I saw everything. Like all the lines came to me like suddenly, and then he went king f4 in the game also. Yeah, but then just already rook f2, king e3, just rook b2. Yeah, king d4 now another. Oh, this is brilliant. So not king g. This is absolutely brilliant move, king g7.
Yes, this was very tough between.
No, but because if you go king e7, there is king e5, rook b5 check, bishop d5, rook d8, f6 check, king e8, f7 check. Yeah, rook c7, e7.
Oof.
So this is normal line that loses. And if you don't go king e7 and that position, can we go back? King e5 and f6 is coming. Just losing. So it looks like I'm just losing because everything is controlled for him. And then it's king g7. Now if king
You come to
e5,
F6.
rook b, you come, but king e5 of course is the
Yeah.
problem. But now rook b5, bishop d5, rook d8. Rook c7, I have other squares there, like
King
h7, like h8 or g8. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a brilliant idea to go to f6 via g7. It's so counterintuitive, not via e7. So king g7, and now after rook c7, king f6, my king comes out. King f6, king g5. Yeah, now I get the rook active, and okay, I have some counterplay, and my rook stop all the pawns, and okay, now it's already draw. I change, and now it's just draw.
You know, now I understand why you said in that interview that I was hardly, you were guessing moves, sort of. You didn't see much, but you were like finding resources.
Well, yeah, I really think these are like incredible resources. Like because if you see there without engine, I think you put this position to a not a top player, let's say.
Training
It will
position.
take a long time to find all this.
So
It's
would
really-
you say like you were in the best shape for that 1 hour here to save yourself?
Yeah, also, yeah. Like I played very bad to the stage between move 40, and so what broke me finally was this c6 bishop e2, that order. This broke me, broke my defense. I had a defense construction that bishop e2, I always take rook takes e2. You realize I had a defensive concept that whenever he goes, point is I never allow bishop to come to f3. and king to f4. So I never, the entire game, bishop e2, I have rook e2. That was my defense. And he went here, he was going king f3 at the right moment, c6 now, okay, here I went to a5 because of, and now he went king e3 again, and now bishop e2, and now rook e2 is already not drawn anymore.
Because of rook d7.
Yeah, so he broke my defense here, kind of. And now I thought I'm probably losing. Or like, not maybe losing but position, but like, let's say practically. And from now on, I thought I'm just lost, and I started to play like very fast, and somehow all these lines just randomly started to work out for me. It was just very lucky. Yeah.
Phenomenal. I mean, this just shows that this game was so critical for your tournament. I mean, standing. I mean, eventually, of course, last round everyone saw you won and stuff.
Oh no, of course, because
But
if I
this
would
one was-
no, this game, if I lose, I don't even know if I play for a win last round.
Correct.
If there's any point to that.
Correct.
No, I mean, I lose this game. Nodirbek makes quick draw. I thought I'm already 1.5 point behind, so I will play maybe, but without any ambition, no chance. So it was crucial, of course. Yeah.
Unbelievable. And very quickly, the final game against Rapport. I think your opening selection, his opening selection was a little bit surprising.
Yeah, it's a tricky line. So it looks very bad for black because of double pawns, but actually I had a lot of bullet experience here. The guys that go bishop g7, castle f5. I played this guy Dubov in bullet a few times.
Dubov is the
He crashes.
player.
Yeah, he crashes always because he goes bishop g7 instead of bishop d7. Let's say you go normal move. So bishop d7, let's say you castle or something, or also bishop before they go instead of bishop b5. And okay, let's say bishop b5, bishop d7, castle, bishop g7. You just have to realize that what often happens is that you move the knight from b3, from d4, let's say to f3 or whatever, and then they castle, or even if you sometimes take d6 pawn, they go f5, they open the diagonal and somewhere, yeah, okay, here probably not because rook d1, but let's say in general, these kind of things happen. And I think after knight f3 also they go this bishop e6 move. Yeah, this is what they do. They go bishop e6, yeah. And they offer this repetition. And if you don't take it, they will later make you regret it because they'll go castle f5. And your knight on c3 is stupidly standing in front of the b2 pawn. There is this nasty diagonal.
Yeah.
But I saw at some point, I was analyzing this, preparing, because, okay, I'm tired of playing these bullet games so badly. I was thinking, okay, what can I play that I can play in bullet, yeah? Because, okay, in classical, whatever, yeah? But in bullet, what do I play? And then I saw this bishop c4, very elegant, bishop g7, knight takes c6. This game of Svidler played like this, and some engine said it's also slightly better. And okay, bishop takes c6, castle, castle. Svidler played simply knight d5, but I saw knight d5, b5, so you can improve with queen d3. Put the knight d5, pawn on c3, and he can put f5 whenever he wants, like in the game, but I'll put c3, and the bishop is staring at granite. Knight is gone. And okay, it's so clean. Like there's no knight, there's nothing. Like you can just in the bullet, you know, this position, I make my moves instantly, and I just flag them in the end. So in bullet it works 100%. And I was thinking, okay, it's so good that I had this because now it's perfect for my situation. I don't have to think about anything. I'm just playing forever. I'm slightly better. It's really a dream position for sure.
Who said bullet is bad for chess? Yeah, you got your the most critical game. You had an idea.
It was really, yeah. It's really came from like knowing the danger of this position, this line.
Amazing. And I think here there was this one moment where you could have taken.
No, this take a knight g4. I didn't see knight g4, of course. Like you don't look at this. No, queen takes. I have
queen takes. You have f4.
Yeah. Fe, of course. Yeah. No, I didn't see this. Yeah. Somehow it's anti-positional. I thought Fe, he will get bishop f6 d5 and bishop f6 d5, and he has some sort of control of the center. My knight is bad on e3 a little bit, so I didn't want this positionally. I thought f4 g4 was very strong because I thought I have a threat of g5 and queen d4, queen c5 somewhere. He went h6. And now this is where I missed the moment because okay, this is still f4 g4 was good, but after h6, very difficult here. Bishop e6, fe. He just defended from g5, bishop e7, queen d4, and queen c5. He just defended from that. But here I have this move h4, which is super strong. And if d5, I guess g5 was the point. Very strong.
Yeah.
And I didn't see h4 because I thought h6 stops it. So then I thought, okay, he's defending very well. I actually thought, I thought I'm like pushing it a little bit. I thought I'm slightly better / nothing, like slightly better but symbolic. And I thought, okay, with f4 g4 I'm kind of pushing it, hoping for tricks in time trouble. And I thought, okay, situation felt right to do this. So I thought here, well, rook c4 was very, very accurate, and queen e6. I thought yes.
Were you going into this mode that win at all costs or lose like that way? Or?
Well, let's say definitely. So at one point I played knight e3. Can you go to that moment? So before when I played 93.
Yeah.
So it was at that moment when I saw that, okay, everything looks very good. I saw that he's already very, like, he's disturbed. He's playing slow. He's not happy. And my knight was still on d5. And I realized that's okay. First of all, he can take on d5 any moment, and it's very drawish. I push, but it's very drawish at this point because he has some a5, bishop c6, king g7, all this. So then I realized that, okay, I looked a bit at the situation. I thought, you know, everything looks like it's a moment to try and grab him. So I thought I'm going with 93. I thought, okay, I'm going to play this position for a win. I'm going to, I think also it looks very nice for me. I'm going to really put some pressure here. And if I have to some point take some risk here, I have to do it now here. Let's say this is the moment to do it. And so I went this 93, and then I saw bishop e5, queen e4 that I might need to go f4. And I thought, okay, I might go f4, g4, because I thought it cannot be such a big risk, but simply it was the moment to do it. Let's say it was like clearly the moment. And I missed h6. But yeah, at this point, I thought I have to just play on pressure and bishop d5. Okay, take queen f3. Yes. Yeah, I thought first 93. But then I saw after f5 gf 93 was a no f5
first f5 gf
yeah, f5
93.
gf 93. I think he has fg 8g, and then I thought rook e4. I have knight f5, rook d6, but I think he had some. Yeah, I think this looked good for me. But I think he had queen e4 maybe. I saw some queen e4 suddenly. This bugged me a bit. I didn't see how to proceed. So then I saw this knight f4. I mean, I saw both options. I decided to go knight f4, queen e5. Also, by the way, rook f4.
Yeah, rook f4.
He had this game with Ding Liren in Candidates where he sacked exchange like this and queen a2. But okay, it's anyway clear that black is under pressure there. So he went queen e5, and I went knight h5. And if king h7, which is the safest move, I go rook f1. I'm slightly better because I thought I collect the f5 pawn. And I thought if he goes to the back rank, which is most tempting, because king g6, of course, rook d6, I thought is obvious. I thought he goes king g8. I suddenly saw this epic idea: queen a8, king h7, queen e8. Oof. Like a lot of cheapos. And if protects f7 with, let's say, rook c7, rook d5. Look at how beautiful that is.
Wow.
This is absolutely majestic. And I had this, like I saw this, and I was thinking, like, you know, just okay, this is so nice. And but it's okay. Actually, I got too excited because instead of rook c7,
what a way to win! Yeah, if this happens.
It's epic. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. And I sacrificed queen and the rook for a fork. But instead of rook c7, he has actually, you can just go fg. Let's say queen f7. There is bishop g7. It's just some kind of draw. Yeah. No, I didn't realize he has bishop g7. Yeah. So, but I was in the process of seeing this, and then he went king g6, and then I just collect.
And here, I mean, this was another moment, I think, where you were like, you were a little bit shaking, just like I think in another game where it happened with you, maybe Magnus or somewhere, like similar expressions. You were like, okay, is this, what's wrong? Yeah, where's the...
Yeah, no, I couldn't believe it. I really thought it's so obvious that it's there must be some counter cheapo, but there is nothing. Yeah,
it's beautiful. And I think you kept your nerves here. And
yeah, to be honest, I felt that this game, like, I am slightly better, and when I go this g4 f4, I'm kind of bluffing a bit, and if it doesn't work out, I have ruined my advantage, small advantage. But like, I thought, let's say that this is the way to go, like practically, you know, because I thought that if I sit on the position for too long, nothing will happen because it's too drawish. Like I saw all the drawish, just too drawish. So I thought, okay, I also thought that Nodirbek, I don't know what was going on, but I thought, okay, could be good. Yeah, what is going on there could be good for sure. And Magnus was about to win. Just the prospect of playing this again, this tie break with Magnus, especially, like, you know, whatever it is, yeah. no tie breaks there. So I just thought, okay, I have to kind of try. And I felt like I mainly hoped that somehow he would make mistakes somewhere. It felt like he was gonna make some mistakes somewhere. I don't know. I was hoping for that.
Phenomenal, Anish. Just amazing. This entire journey, reliving these games with your emotions, makes the win even more special. And I think a lot of people in the chat mentioned that while the commentators do show them 2 or 3 lines, the players look at 7, 8 deep lines. You know, that's the difference. And it's
because players actually calculate. The commentators, they are just they're chilling there, but players actually have to calculate. And there's always a lot of hidden lines there. A lot. You always are much more surprised with how many beautiful lines exist in chess games that are not shown at the board. Like every game that you can't even imagine how many lines are behind the scenes. That's a common thing, of course. Yeah. And I really appreciate what commentators sometimes find something a little deeper, you know. For example, some fine points like that after queen on c2 against Gukesh, that knight d7 is met by d5. I like when some commentators they show this, you know, because then I see they're actively thinking, because they're capable, of course, like as a title player, you're capable of finding knight d7 d5, but sometimes you go like lazy mode, which is understandable as a commentator. But I like when it's so I like a good commentary for sure.
Is a note to all the commentators out there that have to work a bit hard.
Like Sagar Shah.
And by the
way, not too hard to make Amruta nervous. Yeah, this was just Jesus. I had to see her face. Like I knew immediately you're gonna get in trouble. I knew this. When I saw Amruta's face, I knew I was like, okay, like he knew he messed up. You know this famous meme. This was the moment I knew Sagar Shah messed up. Like I know this. I've been there, done
but
that.
you saved me, yeah, you saved me.
Yeah, I saved you, but I think still, you know, she was like, Sagar Shah, next time.
Some way I wanted to come to Wijk Aan Zee in some way, so I was trying my best.
Yeah, you wanted to, like, Amruta wasn't letting, but you wanted to, like, take out, but I promised to people. Imagine all the views.
But Anish, remember your win in 2018? Oh, it was, I think, Shenzhen Masters. That was one of our first interviews. We went through your games, and that was very memorable. And I think this one is equally, if not even more, really very enjoyable watching these games. And now, what's the plan till WR Masters?
So the plan is in 10 minutes to go to school, not to forget to pick up my son. And I need to prepare because, you know, Sagar, I was preparing for the games, and like you can't imagine how pissed I was at myself for how much work I was thinking. Like I could have done this at home, I could have done that at home, I could have looked at this, I could have looked at that. Yeah, like how many things I didn't do. I was completely pissed towards the end, especially. Yeah, it was already like game with Nodirbek with Richard. Like we were going towards the end of the event, and I needed some ideas, and I had some ideas. Okay, I always have something, but like I was quite pissed at myself, like always, because I always think that it was possible to do much better. Of course, it's tricky because before tournament you don't know exactly what you will need. Yeah, you don't even know the pairings and colors. But I need to do a lot of work, I think, for the upcoming classical games, because classical games, they require completely different preparation, because the main difference is that these guys are preparing for you and they're repeating their files, which they don't do in Rapid.
Right.
So they come and they blitz out all their moves, because they just are fresh in their head, because they spend the entire evening preparing only for you, which they never do in Rapid. So it requires a whole different level of prep. And I think it's important to do that while, of course, trying to rest very much as well, but not forget to prepare, because I already know, as I told you from my previous victories, that the biggest mistake to make is to celebrate and let the competition get ahead. Because too much celebration is...
But I thought after 13 rounds, you would be tired and just take some break, no?
Yeah, no, today, of course, I'm...
but today you did this huge, like, it's been almost 2 hours, and I think you're...
Yeah, but this is fun, of course, to look at to show someone the variations, because other interviews they take of me, they are telling, tell us your emotion, and, did you are you playing more aggressively now, or then you are a safer player, all this nonsense, that I hear all the time from this media that doesn't understand anything. Here, at least, you can look at some chess, and I can show you some lines, and maybe you saw the game before, maybe, you have some thoughts as well.
I had looked at all of them very closely.
Of course, you played, so you commentated on them. So I thought, it's much more fun, of course, to discuss these games, to see the positions again. It reminds me of Kramnik. When Kramnik was showing his games, he would always say, I saw this, and then as he would show the game, he would add more as he sees. So by the end, he would show like some kind of 200 lines that he claims he saw, but he just was making up as he goes. Yeah.
How much did you add right now in these?
No, what I showed, generally what I saw. Like, okay, Bishop G7, I told you what I saw and what I missed. By the way, my endgame with Jorden, I believe the moves that I said are like great and only might not be only. Like, I think maybe Engine showed some alternatives ways, but that were even weirder than what I did. So maybe even this King G7, maybe not only move. I don't remember for sure. Maybe there was some other move as well.
When we were looking at Jorden endgame, we thought it's so random. It's not easy to calculate. But you actually tried to make sense of that randomness by saying that you didn't want the bishop to go to f3 and all of that stuff.
Yeah, but that was the problem. I tried to make sense of the randomness and got myself in trouble. But then when the randomness left and just the pawn started to crush me, then I realized I have to stop them. So that was, it was random. I should have just... but it was hard to play because it was really hard to understand what you want. Like, what does black want? Like, if you just push the a pawn mindlessly, sometimes you might allow e5 and lose. It was very weird, and you cannot control the pawns forever. You cannot like block it forever. If you start defending too much with the rooks defending all the entry squares, he might find one entry square you missed. Like, you go to g8, f8, a8, h8. At some point, he might. It was very weird, the endgame.
Yeah.
I felt that I cannot be worse here, but I thought I found this clean solution to go rook f2 and then have draw in the pocket, but it was not so clean after all. It was interesting endgame.
Amazing. And just to end this, few congratulations to you. Kalpak says, congratulations, favorite, the most humble and grounded but witty and humorous person. You deserve all the happiness in the world. Excited for you to achieve many more milestones. Travel with Nikhil Roshan says, congrats to Anish G for the amazing play and win. And Moon's Earth says he enjoyed this, so he says, please start a talk show. AR says, congratulations. Congratulations to Anish. Long time coming. All the best for your future tournaments. Basudev Saha says, congrats on winning AG. And Ash says, congratulations, Anish. Great performance. I think there were a few questions, but I think you answered almost all of them. So thank you. And time for you to go to school and pick up Danny. So take care.
Yeah. No, I see now it's almost time. No, thank you. It was very enjoyable, and thanks for your kind words and your support also during event. Yeah, I mean, okay, maybe you are always very kind with your messages, so thank you very much. Well, enjoying your commentary and content.
Thank you, Anish. I think I'll see you in Germany now.
You coming?
Yes,
nice.
Somewhere in the halfway point. I'm trying to apply for my visa. I don't know if it will happen, but if it does,
hopefully. Yeah. Dear distinguished ambassadors, please grant Sagar. I can sign grant Sagar visa. I know he will return because Amruta is there. She will never let him stay in Europe. Don't worry, he will return for sure. Amruta will be very angry.
Yeah. Take care, Anish. See you.
Thanks, Sagar.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, what an exit that was. Complete purple at the end. Guys, I think this was one of the most amazing interviews that I have done and that I've been part of. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a tournament called WR Masters in Dusseldorf in February. I think it is from 15th of Feb to 26th of Feb in Dusseldorf. So I'm trying to apply for my visa and see if I can go there. And I'll keep you updated. But thank you all for being there. I think Anish, I wrote to him yesterday saying that, it would be so fitting if we could have an interview in the coming days. And he was like, okay, let's do it today. And I told him that so many people in the chat were so happy after he won the tournament. And he was so kind and magnanimous with his time, analysis. I think there was something for everything. For the chess fan who just watches and has fun, there were a lot of interesting answers, insights that he gave. For the serious chess player, there was some high quality analysis, opening ideas and stuff. And well, that's Anish for you. He always has something for everyone. So Shravya says, I live in Dusseldorf. Brilliant. I mean, all those who are in Germany, we should think about meeting somehow. But I'll keep you. Amit says, I'm in Cologne. We'll go to WR. Oh, nice. Amazing. If you are coming there, then I'll be there. I think if I come, then from the 20th of Feb. So second half, 20 to 26th. Yeah, Tripat says, and witty as well. Of course. So take care, guys. And my battery, almost died. It's dying now. So it's the perfect time to say goodbye. Thank you all. Take care. See you soon.